I'm Justin. I'm a real estate wholesaler. And if you want to be a real estate wholesaler, the most important deal is that first deal. I call that getting the shut up money. I invented the Real Estate Wholesalers Club to help you do just that. Are you ready to get to your shut up money? Are you ready to tell your doubts and your fears, hey, shut up, this works? Christmas. It's Justin with the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about getting you to that first deal, shut up money. Hey, I hope you got to your shut up money this year, but if you haven't, next year is going to be the best year ever. The stars have aligned for you, and it's time. It is now your time. Hey, Merry Christmas. I love you. Thank you for making my year so dynamic and so good. You've made it an enormous, enormous blessing. Just you participating in the Zoom rooms and being there on the Facebook group and all the VIP group members. That's the accountability team, by the way. So all of you, thank you so much for the comments and for the likes and the subscribes and all that. This channel has really, really come a long way in this year, and it's because of you guys. I love you. Give me a hug. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, guys. I'm not here to talk about the phone today. Let's put the phone down and take a rest. Here's what I'm here to talk about today. First of all, Merry Christmas. But second of all, I want to talk about lease options. We're talking about lease options. Guys, this is a lease option marathon. That's right. We're going on for hours and hours about lease options. Why? Because we love them. Why? Because they work and because it's so much fun to generate leads and to make phone calls from home and to get deals and then to get tenant buyers from home while I'm sitting in my gym jams and just like living the dream, maybe. That's why we love them. If you need to know why we love lease options, that's why. All right, guys, let's talk about lease options. I want to play for you today, since we are in a lease option marathon. I want to play for you the 4 weeks to getting your first virtual. That means sitting in your gym jams at your house, right? In your jammies. All right. If you got one of them big one-piece jammies, hey, that works too. All right. Those are kind of hot now. That's the end thing. I wish I had a pair, with the flap in the back and all that shit. Okay. Hey, anyway, I want to talk about lease options 4 weeks. Hey, it's Christmas. We're having a great time. By the way, enjoy your family today. Get out some party favors, and enjoy. That's what you're supposed to do on holidays, okay? Let your mind take a rest and enjoy the day, all right? Merry Christmas. And here we're going to jump right in. 4 weeks to your first virtual, that's sitting around in your underwear, wholesale lease option deal. That's right, any market, any place, right there from where you are, anywhere, if you have Wi-Fi and a phone. Boom. That's why we love it. Okay, so before we jump into that, though, I want to play you 3 short video clips that talk about the benefits of wholesaling lease options. 1, to you, benefits to the seller or the homeowner, and thirdly, benefit to the tenant buyer. Now, it's a win-win-win. That's a 360 win, y'all. You can't beat that. Not even with a big Christmas stick. Okay. All right, guys. Let's just do it. Let's just jump right in, and I'll check in with you when we're all wrapped up at the end. I love you. Go eat some pumpkin pie. Grab some of that. What do they call it? It's got the marshmallows. It's a cherry salad, but it's more like Cool Whip with the marshmallows and the cherries. And get some of that. Don't forget, get some deviled eggs. Don't forget, go up in there, get you another slice of ham and a roll, some mashed potatoes. cram it all in there, come back, hit the like and the subscribe button, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Wholesale and lease options. Here's the benefits, and then 4 weeks to getting your first deal. See you later. Hi, I'm Justin Chambliss, and this is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and I'm here today to talk to you about that shut up money. That's that first deal money, that first deal paycheck that tells all your doubts and all your fears, and it lets you tell all them naysayers that have been hating on you for all these years, hey, guess what? This works. Shut up. All right, today we're going to jump into lease options and why you as a real estate investor, as a real estate wholesaler, should consider lease options as the place to begin, and maybe even the place to start right now. If you're already begun, then I'm here to tell you the benefits of it, why it's so good, why I love it so much, and why me and my business are all about it. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Let's talk right now about the benefits to you as a wholesaler and doing the lease options business. Shut up, money. Yeah. All right. The first benefit to you as a real estate wholesaler doing lease options business is that this is a great way to get started because it's so affordable. All right, guys, you can get into this business with a $10 down payment, maybe less. I'm serious about that. You totally can. You can definitely do this business on the cheap when it comes to marketing. You don't have to worry about paying a lot of money for postcards or mailers or any of this newsletter stuff door to door or whatever the big fad is. Hey, there's a simple and easy way to do it. And you might be saying, hey, how do I do it? How do I do it? Tell us what that easy way is. Hey, guess what? There's lots of great content right here on the Real Estate Wholesalers Club channel to show you how we generate motivated seller leads on the cheap, on demand, when we're ready to work, right there at realestatewholesalersclub.com YouTube channel. Check us out. All right. The other thing is that there's 3 profit centers. This is how you get rich, guys. It's a great place to begin, but this is also how you get rich. All right. You get rich by getting assets, right? By getting assets. So let me explain this to you. Now, hold on. Grab your seat, because I want to show you exactly how you can become a millionaire with lease options. This is the why you should be doing this. This is the big why, okay? And 1, it's cheap to get started. We talked about that. And 2, it's really, 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 really a great way to start building your portfolio and start growing your wealth and your family's wealth as a real estate investor. Okay. When I first started out doing real estate investing, the first thing I did, the very first thing I did, was that I ordered a course on lease options. All right, this was before anybody really talked about wholesaling lease options. And since then, wholesaling of the lease options has become very popular. And that's where you don't stay in the middle. But up until then, they had really just taught a lot. The gurus and coaches and things of the time had just taught a lot about sandwich lease options. And I always thought that was kind of interesting because I like sandwiches, don't you? And I wanted to learn a little bit more about these sandwich lease options. Really what got my interest in it is that I could control property without owning it. Okay, that's a great benefit to you, isn't it? If you're a real estate investor, wouldn't you like to be able to control property without having to pay cash for it and own it? I mean, here's the lesson I heard, is that the really truly rich, the really truly wealthy, they don't just, they don't just buy things and own things. In fact, they don't own anything, but they control everything. Okay, and I was like, hey, that makes sense to me. It sounds kind of smart. If you don't own it, they can't take it away from you, right? Exactly. Think about that now. And so I was real interested in wholesaling lease options, not wholesaling lease options, but lease options, sandwich lease options. Because remember, wholesaling lease options I hadn't been exposed to yet. So I was just learning about the sandwiches and how to make these sandwiches. So you know what I did? I went out and I started making sandwiches. And so I made a bunch of sandwiches. And then I had somebody interrupt my day one time, and they said, hey, listen, how many sandwiches have you made? I said, I've made 10. They said, interesting. Now, what's the value on all of those houses? Like, if you took the value of these homes, the fair market value, and let's say each home was worth $100,000. Are they all worth at least $100,000? And I said, yeah, they are. They're all, they're actually all worth more like, 150 to, maybe 200,000. And so this guy said, okay, well, that's funny. Did you know you're a millionaire? I had to laugh a little bit. I was like, no, I didn't know. I didn't realize yet that I'm a millionaire. And the fact of the matter is yes, he said you are a millionaire because you have control over. You see, you don't own those houses, but you've taken control over 10 properties. They're all worth more than $100,000, and so that means that you control over you control over $1 million worth of assets. I was like, oh wow, is this true? Yes, it is true. Could it be? Could it be I'm an asset millionaire? Yes. Actually, yes, it could be. I was an asset millionaire. And then he said, now let me show you the next step, okay? And so he said, hey, the next step is keep getting them sandwiches put together, keep growing those sandwiches, and then you're going to see that now not only is the value of these homes over $1 million, but collectively, but you're going to see that the equity in your portfolio of your package of sandwiches that you've made, you're going to see that the equity will start growing and growing and growing. How many of these sandwiches, how much equity do you have in these sandwiches? And I was like, well, they're all different. On this sandwich deal here, I've got, 20,000, and on this sandwich deal here, I've got 10,000, and on this sandwich deal here, I've got 30,000. And man, this was a really nice sandwich deal here. I got 35,000 on this sandwich, but it's just all equity, that I won't have until the tenant buyer buys, And the guy said, well, hey, but yeah, keep building that portfolio until that equity amount, that dollar amount gets over $1 million, and then you'll be considered an equity millionaire. Now you're an asset millionaire, but you want to be an equity millionaire. You see, you'll have $1 million in equity. And I was like, oh, I see how that works now. So I started building more sandwich deals, and I put more sandwich deals together, and I started trying to grow that equity. Okay, and then the next step, he said, beyond that is when you have grown to the point where you have all of this equity, and you're able then to start cashing out all this equity and turn all of that equity into cash, and then you'll be a cash millionaire. All right. Doesn't that sound nice? Being a cash millionaire, man, that sounds really good to me. And so I started working on this, guys, and I want to develop a portfolio of strong lease option sandwich deals, okay, in order to grow my business and grow my wealth and grow my equity. I got assets, and then I got equity, and then I got, cash. That's how it works. And so that's the way you grow your business. If you're sitting back in a chair saying, man, I don't know how you take this wholesaling business, this real estate investor business, and become a millionaire. Well, it's real simple, guys. I just explained it to you. That's how you do it. You start with the lease options business. You do a few wholesale lease options. Okay, you do a few, and you get some cash flow going. You get that cash flow coming in where you and mama feel comfortable. And then you start saying, hey, I don't necessarily, want to keep this one as a wholesale deal. I think I want to keep this one as a sandwich deal. Then you make you and your family a sandwich. And the benefits of that are, of course, the same. There's no management or maintenance fees to you. You're not going to have to worry about fixing commodes and dishwashers on Sunday when they break and stuff like that. And there's less competition out there doing this, and also, you're still going to get that down payment, but now you're going to get that monthly. You're going to get that non-refundable option fee. Then you're going to get that monthly. If you stay in, you're making sandwiches, you're going to get that monthly. You're going to get a monthly cash flow, right? Man, I had some cash flow coming in, right? Because I started developing my portfolio, right? I started growing this portfolio. My equity started going up and increasing. My asset number started increasing first, and then the equity number, and then I started increasing in that monthly too. And that was nice. I'll be honest with you, it was kind of amazing the first time I sat down and realized, hey, I've got $10,000 worth of mortgage payments to make. But I get to keep a little piece of every one of them. It's an amazing thing. I didn't have to do anything for this money. And then, of course, when they cash out on the back end, the tenant buyer, that's when you're going to have the realization of the cash, and you can start developing your cash millionaire status. Boom, boom, you know. All of us want to be a cash millionaire. All of us want to be that guy that's got that $1 million worth of cash. And really, this is how you do it, guys. If you're starting with nothing, if you're starting with $10, if you're starting with $50, this is a great way to do it. Start doing you a couple wholesale lease option deals. Start doing some wholesale and lease option deals. Get some cash, pay the bills, get a little bit of comfort level, a little bit of security level, and then move on to doing sandwiches. Put them sandwiches together. You know, they're good. And then you're going to be able to see that portfolio grow until you become an asset millionaire, and then you're going to become an equity millionaire, and then you're going to become a cash millionaire. All right, isn't that nice? That's the way you go from zero to hero, guys. You're going to go from zero to hero. Start out with lease options. It's a great business. It's a wonderful business for the real estate investor. There's no overhead, no expenses. There's 3 different ways to get paid there, and there's 3 stages of millionaire status for you to work through. There's no management problems, no maintenance problems. There's less investors out here offering competition for this stuff, right? And not only that, but you're going to be able to build that monthly cash flow too, guys. Now, if you're interested in some of what I've said today and you don't really fully understand everything I said, it's okay, because there's more information for you. All right. I want you to know that at realestatewholesalersclub.com, we have some free training modules for you that will explain all of the things, all the questions that I just made exist right there in your brain. The answers are probably over there for free at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Go check us out over there. You'll also find us there. You'll find ways to get to the YouTube channel and to the Facebook group that's free for free group mentoring. Everything there that you need to get started. Okay, go over there, check it out. If you're new and you don't know where to begin, check out the free training modules on 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale deal. It don't get no more better than that, right? It doesn't get clearer than that, guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit us up. We look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Bye-bye. Remember, wholesaling is better than a job. Hey, thanks for watching. But don't forget to post, introduce yourself, tag a friend, like us, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Just do something. Don't just sit there. There's all that money out there. You gotta get going, get in motion. This is motion I'm speaking. Hi, I'm Justin Chamness, and this is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about getting you to that first deal, that first shut-up money, that money that tells you and all your doubts and fears and all of the naysayers, hey, this really works. Shut up. Today, we're talking about wholesaling lease options, and more specifically, 10 benefits to the homeowner. Now, if you're into wholesaling lease options, which is an excellent place to start in your real estate wholesaling career, then you'll want to especially pay attention to today's video, because you'll be talking with motivated sellers, and these 10 benefits you'll want to be able to share with them, because this will answer a lot of their questions and a lot of their objections. There are 10 benefits, main benefits to the homeowner in a wholesaling lease options transaction, and we're going to jump right into those right now. So grab your pen, grab your paper, take some notes. We're going to talk about the 10 big benefits to the homeowner. Shut up, money. Yeah. The first benefit to the homeowner in a wholesale lease options transaction is that there is no haggling on price. That's right, Mr. Homeowner. You're going to get a fair price. What do you think this house would appraise for in 24 to 36 months? Isn't that a great benefit? That's the first benefit. No haggling. No haggling, fair price to the homeowner. Number 2, and that is that there will be a stopping of the bleeding. No more hemorrhaging. You don't have to worry about this payment anymore. Guys, this is a silver bullet. Put it in your real estate wholesaler gun and fire. Number 3, All maintenance is going to be taken care of by the tenant buyer. That's right. Stop worrying about the dishwasher. Stop worrying about the toilet. Maybe it'll start running this weekend and I'll have to fix that, or call someone and pay them a crazy amount of money to fix something very simple. Stop worrying about all of those things, because our tenant buyers want to be homeowners and they want to take on the responsibility of home ownership. And so, hey, at least the first $250 of any incident is going to be their responsibility. So if your home is in good condition, then you don't have to worry too much about any expenses and maintenance anymore. Doesn't that sound good? Number 4, you remain on the deed. That's right. You get to remain on the deed. So you get to still control the property. Hey, this is still your property. We're not trying to hoodwink anybody here. We're just simply trying to help out both parties, you and the tenant buyers who are looking to find a way to home ownership, and a homeowner that is willing to work with them in a program like this one. But you, as the homeowner, stay in the driver's seat and on the deed. Number 5, you still get to take advantage of all of the tax benefits. Okay, if there are any tax benefits to be had by being on the deed and being the homeowner, you still get to write these off of your personal income taxes or whatever the accountant says is appropriate. But if there are any benefits to having the home in your name, then those benefits remain with you as the homeowner. Number 6, this is going to happen fairly quickly, and you're not going to have to wait and wait and wait and pre-screen and qualify and test and try all of these prospects yourself. We're going to take care of all of that, and we're going to put someone in your home very quickly that can take care of it and take care of the payments, and will be thankful for it, because, hey, this is a great benefit to you. You do not have to worry anymore about putting an occupant in this home, because, hey, we got you. That's right. You're going to save money here. You're not going to have to market this property. You're not going to have to pay for a classified ad. You're not going to have to figure out Craigslist. You're not going to have to go to Facebook and put on paid ads and pay $5, $10, $15, $20 a day. It's madness, but you're not going to have to worry about any of that. As a matter of fact, we're going to take care of all of that for you. Doesn't that sound good? Number 8. There are no realtor fees or commissions, because we're not realtors. We're real estate investors. And because we're just doing this between us and you and us, there's no realtor commissions. So you don't have to pay 6% when they buy. Isn't that wonderful? Number 9, this is going to actually help you move on in your life. If you're talking to a homeowner that is needing to move and they've got 2 payments going on, the place where they're moving to and the place they're moving from, and they're still making payments on both, this is a great way for them to be able to get money as income credited in towards their income, their total household income, that will allow them to the mortgage guy will allow them to have like 2/3 or 3/4 of this to be considered as income to them. So they can actually, maybe even it'll help them get a home loan. So this is not a big damaging thing. It doesn't hold you back in your life. It actually increases your income a little bit. So that's good news. Finally, number 10. Number 10 is that this will work for you, Mr. Homeowner, Miss Homeowner, no matter if you have a little bit of equity, maybe you have no equity, or maybe you even have a little bit of negative equity, meaning you owe a little bit more than what this house is even worth. This will work for you. Shut up, money. Yeah. These 10 reasons right here are the reasons why your motivated sellers are going to say yes to you, because you've armed yourself with these 10 benefits to them. Remember, they've got a whiff 'em mentality. What's in it for me? And so when you've got yourself armed with the 10 benefits of what's really in it for them, then you can close more deals with motivated sellers. Hey, if you're looking for more information about wholesaling lease options, come join us over at realestateWholesalerSclub.com. There's lots of free stuff there, free training, free agreements, free marketing resources. There's recommendations for really good modern day cutting edge real estate wholesaler tools. And there's also a lot of really, really, really good people that you'll meet over at the Facebook group, which is totally free. We have a live Q&A every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Come join us. We have a great time. It's a Zoom call, so we get to interact face-to-face right here on the computer. It's wonderful. We have a wonderful group. Hey, why pay somebody $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for the information that you can get for free? We all know it's free. It's right there on YouTube, but I've organized it in a fashion where now you can go through like a recipe and just follow the ingredients and end up with what you want. So it doesn't matter what you're wanting to do. If you want to do pretty house wholesaling, or you're wanting to do ugly house wholesaling, or virtual or mobile wholesaling, or maybe you're wanting to do bank-owned wholesaling or wholesaling lease options, hey, we've got you covered. All of that is there at realestateWholesalersClub.com. Don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you're most interested in when it comes to real estate wholesaling. And I'll see you again next time. Hey, thanks for watching. But don't forget to post, introduce yourself, tag a friend, like us, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Just do something. Don't just sit there. There's all that money out there. You got to get going, get in motion. This is Motion Real Estate. Hi, I'm Justin Chamness, and this is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about getting you to that first deal shut-up money. That's that first deal paycheck that tells all your doubts and all your fears and all of the naysayers, hey, this works, shut up. Today, we're going to talk about wholesaling lease options and more benefits to doing this transaction as a real estate wholesaler. Today, we're focusing on the benefits to the tenant buyer. I think you're going to learn something, and I think you're going to be amazed at how good of a deal this is for the tenant buyer. So this is important for you to learn, because ultimately they are your customer and you need to know why they should buy from you. Okay, let's jump right in to the several reasons that this is a good deal, the benefits to the tenant buyer in a wholesale lease options transaction. Benefit number one to the tenant buyer: the price is locked in up front. Yes, that means that if the market goes up, they get to benefit from the appreciation. If the market goes down during their lease term, then they could walk away, no problem. They are not bound to buy the property if it goes down in value and becomes a horrible deal for them. But the price is locked in up front, so they know exactly what the score is the entire time. Benefit number two to the tenant buyer: extremely low down payment. Guys, we're asking for 3 to 5% of the total purchase price down. Now, for you to be able to get into a property that's like your own, and treat it like your own, and have someone like a homeowner work with you in your credit situation to get you into home ownership, 3% down is not bad. But I don't normally market properties with a 3% or 5% number on the listings. What I'll do is I'll just say, hey, reasonable down payment required, okay, or reasonable deposit required is the phrase I really like. Now, once they ask about that, or once I start talking to a tenant buyer, then I'll say, hey, well, there is a reasonable deposit required here. What are you working with? Okay, so I'm not cutting myself short. That's a great tip. I recommend you grab onto that one really fast. Benefit number three is that they do not have to qualify for a home loan right now today. they will get, in most of the deals that we put together, 24 to 36 months to qualify for the home loan that they're looking for. So it gives them time to shop around. It gives them time to clean up their credit, gives them time to make a good quality decision when it comes to getting a home loan. And but they do not have to qualify today. And you know what's great is most of them already know, hey, I'm not going to qualify today. And so this is a great way for them to get into a home and start to repair their credit and build their financial life back to where they could qualify for a home loan. And it gives them plenty of time to do it. 24 to 36 months is usually how we set these up. So yeah, it's great because they do not have to qualify for that home loan right now. This is benefit number 4 to the tenant buyers, and it is that the non-refundable down payment, the non-refundable deposit that we're asking them to put down is credited. 100% of that is credited towards the purchase price. So when they go to buy the house, when they qualify for the mortgage, and let's say 24 to 36 months, sometime during along this time frame of the lease, they qualify for the home loan, then basically all of that money that they put down is going to be credited off of that purchase price. They're going to be getting this as equity, okay, in their home. So that is a benefit right away, is that as soon as they buy, they have the equity of their down payment already built in to that property. All right, so that's a great benefit, is the option fee is credited towards the purchase price. Benefit number 5 to the tenant buyer is that there are no taxes here. Okay, they don't have to worry about paying property taxes. They don't have to worry about paying any kind of taxes because the deal is tax-free to them. Okay, the tax benefit and the tax responsibility is still on the homeowner. Okay, it will be rolled into the payment, so they won't have to worry about paying taxes. The tenant buyer won't, but the seller will still be responsible. He's going to be the one that they're sending the bill to once a year for the property taxes. So, but he's also going to get the tax benefits. So if there's some way that he can write this off of his personal taxes or whatever his accountant says, then that's a benefit to the seller. But the benefit to the buyer is that they don't have to worry about this tax issue at all. This is benefit number 6. Benefit number 6 to the tenant buyer is that they will have the 24 to 36 months. They will have this entire lease time to be able to save up more down payment. Okay, now that down payment in a wholesale lease option is not going to be paid to you, but their mortgage lender may ask them if they have any additional down payment to put down when they go to qualify for the home loan. And this 24 to 36 months also allows them adequate time to save up some money when they go get the loan, if it's required for them to put some money down. Okay, they'll also will be notoriously there'll be some closing costs and some things that they'll have to have some cash for when they go to buy. So this gives them the time to save up the money for some of those things. The next benefit is that this gives them time to check out the neighborhood and to try out the house. Now, I like to call the non-refundable option fee, I don't like to call it a down payment so much. I don't like to call it that because I'm not sure how the mortgage lender that they choose is going to look at this, but I can legally call it a non-refundable option fee. But what I like to call it is the pay-to-play fee. All right, so they pay to play with the option fee and they pay to stay with the monthly lease payments. Okay, so now this is definitely going to give them, the benefit is that it's going to give them plenty of time to check out the neighborhood, and they've paid to play. Okay, so now they can get in the house, they can play around with it, they can many times they can paint the bedroom, or they can doll the kitchen up, or whatever they want to do. Treat it like it's their home. They want to treat it like it's theirs because ultimately we want it to be theirs. All right, so we try to set up scenarios for the tenant buyers like this, where they can feel free to treat the home as it is their own and care for it and take care of the maintenance also like it's their own. But it will definitely give them time to play around inside this house and decide if it's really truly what they are wanting. Okay, so that's a great benefit to the tenant buyer, is that they get to pay to play, but they do get to play around in this house and treat it like it's their own and see if it's really truly what they want before they actually have to go and purchase the property and qualify for the loan and do the closing and all of that good stuff. And the final benefit to the tenant buyer is this. Usually this is a pretty fast process. Usually these deals that we get,
the tenant, I mean, the homeowner has already moved out, okay, or whoever was living in the house prior to has already moved out, and so these homes are vacant. So many times these tenant buyers can move in at the very start of the following month or sometime sooner. Many times it's very flexible what we can arrange between the homeowner and the tenant buyer. So yes, this is also a great benefit to them because they are going to be able then to move in pretty quickly and get started on home ownership, guys. It's great. All right. Shut up, money. Yeah. Okay, I hope you enjoyed some of those benefits. That's several benefits to the tenant buyer. I'm sure there's some others, and there were several that we could have highlighted that were contained inside of those. We talked about the price being locked in up front, and of course, inside that we talked about them profiting from the appreciation, and inside that we talked about them, being able to, have a full credit to their down payment and not having to qualify for a loan. So, there's lots of really great gold nuggets inside there, and learn those things, rehearse these things a little bit in your mind, because when you're talking to tenant buyers, these are going to be the answers to the objections and the questions. Okay. So replay this video, get it kind of locked in your muscle memory, so that when somebody asks a question about, hey, do we get any credit for this down payment, or does it just go to you? What's the story? And you can say, oh no, let me explain. It goes 100%, towards the purchase price. When you buy, it'll be credited to you as equity in the home. So learn these, rehearse it a little bit so that you can have great conversations with your tenant buyers and you can close more deals. Okay, guys, check us out over at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Like us, subscribe to us. All the training and everything over there for any technique you want to learn on wholesaling lease options or any other is right there for free on realestatewholesalersclub.com with all the agreements, marketing resources, tools, everything you need right there. It's all free, guys. And we do that because we want to learn with you, and we want to grow with you, and we want to joint venture with you eventually. We want to get you to that first deal, that shut up money, where you can tell all your doubts and all your fears and all the naysayers, hey, shut up. This works. Okay, guys, I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching, but don't forget to post, introduce yourself, tag a friend, like us, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Just do something. Don't just sit there. There's all that money out there. You got to get going, get in motion. This is Motion Real Estate. Hey, it's me. It's Justin Chamness. This is the Real Estate Wholesalers Club. This is the 4 weeks to your first deal accountability team session. The first one ever. The first one ever. And tonight, I'm talking to the serious students out there who want to make application of the principles that lead to the first deal. These are habits. And we're going to develop some great habits in the next 4 weeks. Tonight, we're kicking it off. I've never been more excited about anything that we've done so far. All right, let's jump right in.
If you want to quick flip real estate, this is going to change your life.
Hey, I'm here. It's Justin Chamness, the Real Estate Wholesalers Club. Just checking in right here about wholesale lease options in the 4 weeks to your first deal teams. All right, who we got out there tonight? Who's on with me? I got 3 people with me. Tell me who you are. Let's get this interactive stuff moving along. Let's make it interactive tonight. Who's on board with us tonight? Wholesaling lease options. This is virtual wholesaling lease options, guys.
This is not just lease options. This is virtual lease options. Virtual wholesaling lease options. All right. Who's with me? I know I got some folks out here. Is Facebook going to let us see the comments? Are they going to let us see what's up tonight? Scott Kennedy is with me. Yes, sir. What's up, Scott Kennedy? Ty Beck, he's with me. He's reaching out to Tyler Meyer. Scotty boy, what's going down, guys? Hey, man, I know we got a big group of people wanting to jump in here. And we also got a big bunch of people that are going to catch this on the replay. And I find that unfortunate that not everybody can actually be on the live 4 weeks to your first deal accountability team sessions, because I'm going to teach you guys the nuts and bolts. That's right. Now, this is not for what's going on, Ryan. What's up? What's going on, Ryan Webb? What's going on? How are you, sir? Hope you're good. Hailing from the great state of Texas. All right. Alifa, how are you? Good to see you here. Yep, people are rolling in. I want to start out introduction to the first session of 4 weeks to your first deal accountability teams. That is exactly what this is. I was trying to listen to you guys. Trying to listen. And what I think I heard is that I want to get to my first deal, and I need somebody to show me step by step and help me be accountable. Okay, well, if that's you, then this is designed for you. Okay, now this is not designed for folks who don't have any knowledge whatsoever. All right, there is free knowledge available. All right, and this is something that should be kind of a prerequisite to this 4-week session. Although if you haven't done the video training modules yet, there is still yet time. You can catch up and be still on track next week. Okay, we have 4 Thursday night sessions this month. This night we are going to get set up. Yes, set up to close deals. Okay, and next week we are going to talk about generating leads for property deals, right? For these wholesale lease option deals, these virtual wholesale lease option deals, you got to generate leads. I'm going to show you how to generate leads on demand next week. Okay? And then next week as well, we are going to be doing some role playing. Okay. Not whips and chains. Phone calls. All right? And text messages. We're going to be doing role play with talking to the seller leads that we generate next week. We're going to generate some leads next week, show you how to do that, and then we're going to introduce the conversation that you're going to be having with them. In week 3, we are not going to be doing role play anymore. We are going to generate leads, and then we are going to interact with those leads live on camera, talking with and texting with motivated sellers and homeowners that we have reached out to, and they are coming back to us as leads. All right, that is week 3. Week number 4 is finding buyers. Okay, so you can see we are hitting the majors here. We are absolutely crushing the majors here. In week 1, we're going to get you set up. Week 2, we're going to show you how to get leads, and then we're going to introduce the conversation you're going to have with those leads. And week 3, we're going to generate leads again, and I'm going to show you live on camera us talking to those leads so that you can mimic these conversations in your business. And then number 4, week 4, we're going to find buyers. Boom! I just said it. I just said it. That's how you do it. Those are the big majors. So tonight, what I want to do, the first order of business,
is I want to clear away all of the theory problems. Okay? All of the theory problems. Now listen to me. You got to trust me a little bit. Some of you out there have been through 2011 different courses and trainings and gurus and mentors and coaches and blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay. You've been through a lot of them. I've been through a lot of them too. It's time now to get very focused on a few specific skills that lead to checks. These are the skills, right, that these gurus don't really talk about too often in their courses. They will briefly go over some of these ideas and topics, and they'll throw a script at you, but none of them are actually role playing on camera with you most of the time. And most of the time, if they are role playing with you, they are definitely not doing live calls on a weekly, monthly basis in front of you so you can learn. That is what the Real Estate Wholesalers Club is about, is giving you the real deal, okay? And I said giving you the real deal. And I say giving you the real deal because there's going to be some things that you can pick up for free right here at the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and I'm going to show you what they are right now. If you have not been to www.realestatewholesalersclub.com, then you need to go there tonight after this session. Okay? Don't turn me off to go there. But if you haven't been to www.realestatewholesalersclub.com and registered to get your free training modules and all of those other opportunities, then go there tonight after this session. All right? If you have already been to, now listen to me, if you've already been to realestatewholesalersclub.com and you've already registered and you want to get back to your training modules, it's real easy. It's justinchamness.com, okay? Hey, Rob, what's going on? Good to see you, dude. I'm glad you're here. We got a nice little crew right here tonight. And we're talking about wholesale and lease options in the 4 weeks to your first deal program that the club is putting out. We're putting this out, right? Because we want to show you exactly how to do the skills that you need to have in order to get to your first deal. All right. If you have not gone through the training, guys or gals, you can go to realestatewholesalersclub.com and sign up for it. If you've already done that and you're trying to get back to the training modules, go to justinchamness.com. All right, justinchamness.com. And see, that's where I'm at right now. You see me at the top. It's a silly picture, and I feel almost embarrassed about it, okay? It's a personal problem. If you scroll down, you'll see free real estate lease option wholesaler training modules. All right. You can click that big giant red button and it'll take you to the training modules if you haven't done the training modules yet. And the reason why I'm taking you here now is because I want you to be able to get a lot of this theory at home, okay? This is just like school, kind of. I want you to do some homework and get the theory of lease options, okay, from the training modules. And then during the 4 weeks to your first deal accountability team sessions, I want you to get practicality, okay? Practicality. I want to show you the theory in motion real estate. Boom. Gosh, I love this. Isn't this fun? Okay. First, training modules. If you haven't done those, do those, okay? You'll see here in the training modules, there is very, very much so step by step, okay? What we are going to be covering is we're going to be covering the skill sets that need to be learned, right, in order to accomplish your first deal. So, in these sessions, so get your theory here, and then at these sessions, we're going to give you the practicality. Now, I'm also going to ask you to do some other homework this week, okay?
This is part of your homework assignment. If you need to write it down, hey, watch the training modules, get my theory down, learn my theory, learn what a lease option is, learn how it works, what documents and so on and so forth are involved in it, kind of get a good feel for what the flow of it is. Okay, the theory of it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now, with that being said, let's go back to the screen where I'm not actually screen sharing. Okay, here we are. I'm not screen sharing now. Now, are there any theory questions? Are there any theory questions? I'm going to stop right here and pause because I want to do a little Q&A session right now. Questions about lease options. I want to clear up the theory, right? If you've got theory questions, if you've gone through the training modules and you have questions about lease options and how they work, I want you guys to feel like you have the floor right now. Hey, thanks for joining us, Spencer. I know you had other plans tonight, man, and you made it away here, and I respect that, dude. I respect the hell out of that. That's the hustle. That's the grind. I appreciate it, man. Let's clear up any theory problems we have. And while you guys are thinking about your questions on theory, wholesale lease option theory, guys, I want this to be super informal. There's no dumb questions. While you're thinking about your theory questions, I'm going to go refill on some water, okay? I'll be right back. But now, when I get back, I'll answer whatever questions you got. Just 1 minute. All right, I'm back. We don't have any theory questions tonight, guys. Okay. Good enough. Fair enough. No theory questions. You guys understand lease options pretty well. You feel like you have a good basis of understanding for how it works, what the paperwork is, all of that good stuff. Okay. Then if that's the case, that's great. And if you have questions as we're moving forward, please feel free to drop those into the chats. Rob Johnson's got a question. Are you contacting multifamily small-time owners for lease options? No, I'm not, honestly, Rob, but I'm not against it, man. And the reason why I'm not is because I'm focusing on the single-family residents, but there's nothing wrong with focusing on multifamily. I'm not against it. It would work just as easily and just as well if you have a motivated seller that wants to do a lease option or wholesale lease option deal with you. Absolutely, man. That's a good question. But typically, I focus on single-family residents. I focus on what I call the bread and butter. Lease options involve the bread and butter concept. Can you tell I'm a little bit of a country boy, kind of? I've got lots of funny colloquialisms, I guess, that I would throw out there. Anyway, is that a word? Colloquialism? Yes, the bread and butter theory. The bread and butter theory is that you're looking in lease options, and what I'm looking for is the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. That's it. All right. If I'm looking for a lease option, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. And the reason why I'm looking for that is because that's the house everybody wants, right? You want to live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I guarantee you, if you live in a 2-bedroom right now, or a 1-bedroom, your ass wants to live in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, right? And that is the standard. That's kind of the standard. So I know if I can get a single-family residence that is, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, I can find a tenant buyer. Boom! I can find a down payment. Boom! I can find that kind of money, right? And I can find it easy street. I can find it quick. Oh my goodness. And with the costs of housing rising in certain metropolitan areas in this country, and I'm living in one right now, if you get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage with a lease option, woo, you found gold. You found gold. You're going to make some money. I mean, you're going to make some good money, right? Alifa says, when is it not a scenario to buy on a lease option? That's a great question. Oh my goodness. I love this question. When is it not a scenario to buy on a lease option? You are going to want to not buy on a lease option. Number one, when the house is not livable. Okay? In other words, when it's just an ugly house and it's not a pretty enough house for people to want to live in. Because remember, you're wanting to find a tenant buyer. You're wanting to find a tenant buyer. So these people are going to want to live in this property, okay? So that is one major, in my experiences here, that is a no-no. I will not go into a lease option deal with a property that I feel like is not a good living situation for a tenant. Because that's what I'm going to be looking for. Do I want to be responsible for, slumming out this crap-ass house, right, basically, and trying to find a tenant buyer for it? No. And another reason is because the tenant buyer, if he's got a brain in his head at all, he's going to say, hey, why would I give you this money as a upfront non-refundable fee when I could just put it into this house? I'll put it into this house for you. Because, look at all this crap needs to be done to it. Yeah, just forget that. Bread and butter, guys. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. That's bread and butter. Will I do a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage? Will I do a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath? Sure. Will I do a nice 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath? Sure. Right. Another scenario where I would not do a lease option is when the homeowner's payment to their mortgage is more than the fair market rent. Okay? In other words, if they have a mortgage payment of $1,000 a month, but the something just made a sound at me, man, and I don't know what it is, but it sounds good. It sounded like a cool sound. If they have $1,000 a month mortgage payment, and I can only rent that house out in that neighborhood for $850, I'm not going to do that then. It looks like, oh, we got a couple subscribers. That's great, man. Thank you. So, yeah, that's another reason why, another scenario where I won't get involved in a lease option. Okay, it is if the rent is not the same at least or more than their mortgage payment, I got to get out because I'm not going to be able to find somebody to tenant buy that place and pay the $1,000 a month because that's only an $850 a month kind of deal. All right, does that make sense? All right, do I prefer to do this rather than just wholesaling? I can tell you that my personal preference, okay, and everyone is different, all right? My personal preference is the ugly house wholesaling, the virtual wholesaling. That's my favorite. I love to do the virtual co-wholesale. In fact, I've built this entire business model of mine on the virtual co-wholesale. So that's primarily what I do. And I'm real excited about Monday night because we're going to talk about we're getting into the 4 weeks to your first deal accountability team sessions for that virtual co-host sale on Monday night. But that is my personal preference. Now, that is not because one is necessarily better than the other. Okay, that is just because that is my personal preference. I know some real estate investors whose 90% of their business comes from lease options. Okay. And then I know some that 90% of their business comes from doing, regular ugly house wholesaling. So, that kind of thing. Anyways, that's my preference, but it's not because of the things, okay? It's not because of the things. It's not because one's better than the other. Hey, Marie, what's up? Thank you, Marie. What I recommend is being a fully well-rounded wholesaler, okay? And by that, I mean that you want to not just have lease options or wholesaling lease options or virtual wholesaling lease options, whatever you want to call it, okay? Not just knowing that, and then also not just knowing ugly house wholesaling, okay, but also having a real good grasp of bank-owned wholesaling, of virtual co-wholesaling or joint venture partner wholesaling, okay? Get a good grasp on all of the aspects of wholesaling, okay? All of the different ways to do a wholesale, okay? There's lots and lots of wholesaling out there, opportunities, and it's not like it's just an ugly house. There is pretty house wholesaling, okay? I've got some information that I'm putting together on that, and you can see that at justinchambliss.com. But we're coming out with a course on pretty house wholesaling, okay? So that is subject to wholesaling. Now, if you're just an ugly house wholesaler, then you're not doing pretty house wholesaling, right? If you're just an ugly house wholesaler, then you're not doing wholesaling lease options. If you're just a wholesaling lease options investor, then you're not doing, the pretty house subject to wholesaling, or you're not doing the virtual co-wholesaling, you're not doing the bank-owned wholesaling. You're leaving a lot of money on the table. If you're going to be, this is just how I feel about it, okay? This is how I feel about it. I feel like if I'm going to be a wholesaler, I want to be the best wholesaler I can be. I'm going to focus on one technique at a time until I can make money with it, right? And then I'll add another technique, all right? That's why the Real Estate Wholesalers Club here offers 2 free avenues, 2 free pathways, the ugly house and the virtual wholesaling lease options. And then we offer these 4-week accountability team sessions. And the reason why we're doing that is because that's a great way to get started. But you probably want to develop your business and your knowledge level as a wholesaler into bank-owned, right? Into virtual co-wholesale, right? Into pretty house wholesaling or subject to wholesaling. All of those things. So, that's basically my thoughts on that. I appreciate you asking that, Marie. All right. Alifa says, are pre-foreclosures a good situation for lease options? Mike, I was thinking about you today, man. Mike. Let's do this. Let's talk about Mike for a second. Mike, just you being around, man. Just you being around brightens my day. It really, really does. Just knowing that you're watching this video right now, it touches me, dude. I've missed you. And I just want to let you know that I'm very, very glad. I'm very glad that you're here tonight, man. Mike, I missed you, dude. I was thinking about you earlier today. All right, let's get back to Alifa's questions. Are pre-foreclosures a good situation for lease options? Yes and no. The reason why they are yes is because they're motivated, right? These folks are definitely freaking motivated. They are going to get out of this house one way or another. Hey, dude, no problem for being late, Mike. It's really okay. Don't worry about it, bro. All right. So pre-foreclosures are good in that scenario for a lease option, but they are bad for lease options because that homeowner already is back in payments. Their arrears in payments. And in order to make a deal work like that, you would have to have somebody come in with a large enough non-refundable option fee to catch them up and still make a paycheck. And so I don't recommend them for that very reasons, because they're all behind. And then I've heard some people say, well, make them pay the arrears and then you can take it over. Okay, well, but dude, if they had the damn arrears, they wouldn't be getting foreclosed on in the first place. Right? I mean, it's not like they just made a conscious decision, oh, I think I'm going to stop paying my mortgage. No, they ran out of money. Right? So, yep. That's what I think about pre-foreclosures. The best motivated sellers for wholesale lease options, guys. The best motivated sellers for wholesale lease options are your divorcees, are your bankruptcies, are your job transfers, your people like that. Because they are in a situation where they have to move. And it's not because they are behind on their payment. Okay. Rob wants to know, do you think short sales are coming back? Well, man, I can't say for sure, to be honest with you. I really can't. Short sales coming back. I know that I do wholesaling from bank-owned properties. And I can tell you lately, the banks have been tight. They have not been wanting to wheel and deal as much as I want them to wheel and deal. So I don't know if, maybe. I'm not really a big short sale guy. In fact, truth be known, I've never even done one, man. I've never even done one. And that's the real talk right there about my experience level with short sales. All right, wholesale and lease options, guys. Theory questions. We're clearing up the theory fog tonight. We're clearing up the theory fog. What is the theory fog? You guys got questions about how it works? I've had some good ones so far, man. Any more? Any more good questions about wholesaling lease options and how it works? The theory of it all? And then we're going to talk about the meat of tonight, which is not going to take that long. And it's going to be getting set up to do deals so that next week we can generate leads on demand. Right? And then we can also introduce the conversation and talking to sellers. Week number 3, we're going to actually, in week 2, next week, we're going to do role play conversations with sellers. And then we're going to do week 3, we're going to generate leads on demand again. And then we're going to actually do some live interactions with these folks, with these beautiful people. Yeah, that's right. So what's going on, everybody? Is that it? Is that all the questions? What's going on, Anthony? What's going on, dude? Good to see you, man. Thanks for watching. Rob says hard to deal with banks. Thanks for being real. Oh yeah, dude, I'm all about being real. There's no sense in not being real. If you're not real, people are going to find it out eventually anyway, right? Leads on demand, baby! Yes, leads on demand. Am I ever going to talk about joint venture? Are we talking about joint venture co-wholesaling on ugly houses? Because that's Monday night. We're doing that Monday night. Yo, what's up? Keep it up, buddy. Hey, man, I appreciate the encouragement. Leads on demand, baby. Leads on demand, baby. All right, that's enough of that shit. Okay. If you get into a lease option and you agree on price, Ryan Webb,
hailing from the great state of Texas, coming up with the question. Ready? If I get into a lease option and we agree on price, say for $150,000 for 3 years, then home prices dump. House is then worth $100K. Am I screwed? No, not screwed at all. And the reason why you're not screwed is because you actually did a wholesale lease option. So you assigned your lease option over to your tenant buyer. So they took over your lease option. So technically you are completely Ryan Webb, hailing from the great state of Ohio. All right, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying, you know. Sometimes my memory isn't as good as I want it to be, and I'm sorry about that. But hailing from the great state of Ohio, it's Ryan Webb. Yeah, nope, you don't get in any trouble. Here's what I do, guys, when I'm talking to the seller, when I'm setting up a lease option. Mr. Homeowner, in case the market goes down and your house is no longer worth $150,000, these fine folks are going to have an option to purchase the house at $150,000, but you won't be able to sell it to them for $150,000 because it will never appraise for that. And so at that point, and in that worst case scenario, Mr. Seller, you might be in a position where you'll have to consider lowering your price in order to help them buy, just because of the market. Do you understand that? And does that make sense? That's it. That's it. All right, that's it. Talk about joint venture lease option wholesaling. Michael Batista. Talk about joint venture lease option wholesaling. You know what? I'm doing a joint venture lease option wholesaling gig right now. Right now. I've got a lady that I met through this group that lives in Ohio, I think. She lives in the same place as Ryan does. That must be like a really cool place. Hey, you guys know that I actually graduated high school in Ohio in a little place called Tip City. Tip City's north of Dayton about 18 miles. Okay, so north of Dayton, 18 miles, that's where I went to school the last 2 years of high school, and I graduated there. But anyway, there's a lady in Tip City, Ohio, who has the ability and the desire to do the scraping and the phone texting, and who has the ability to have the initial conversations and lead qualifying and getting property deals under contract. And then what me and my team do, we work the buyer side. Okay, so my entire business of wholesale lease options is dependent on the co-wholesale model, right? So that's how that works. One of you has to be bringing the property deals, and the other one has to be bringing the, you know, basically the buyers, the tenant buyers. Okay, Mike Nordzik. I hope I said that right, Mike. Can you talk a little bit about how to get in with the banks? What are we talking about, Mike? You're gonna have to give me more information, man. Are we talking about wholesale and lease options, or are we talking about something different? Just chime in and let me know. Yeah. Yeah, it's on 75, man. 75. Better be careful to stay alive. Woo! Am I right? Very good, Mike. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's talk about getting set up, you guys. Let me jump over here for the screen share again, and we will do a little bit of this action. Screen sharing. Here's part of your homework, guys. I know I've been kind of funny and silly, but trying to have fun and keep it a little more interesting. But let's jump right into being serious again, okay? If you haven't done the training modules, go back and do the training modules. You can find them at justinchamness.com. All right. If you haven't, do that this week before you come back to the sessions next week. All right. Second of all, homework. Go here in module number 2, the first conversation with the seller, and slide down here and click the materials button and let it take you to the materials for step number 2. All right, because there's some homework that you need to do in order to be ready to talk to sellers. All right, it's pulling up. You just have to be patient with me because I'm also live broadcasting. Now, I do have this document in a Word format, and I also have this document in a PDF format. The PDF format is for an example, all right? And the Word document is for you to edit, right? Which is what I want you to do this week. I want you to edit this document, and I'm going to pull it up right now so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But you'll need to take this document and download it in the doc format, and with your Word or whatever, you know, this Microsoft program stuff is, you know, edit this thing and put in your logo. And if you're like, hey, I don't have a logo, then go to Fiverr.com and pay $5 or something for one, right? Or just make one, right? Or just go without it, but put your name on it, right? Take my name off of it and my phone number, right? And then, actually this email address doesn't even work anymore. But, yeah, make this yours, okay? And in doing that, I want you to read it and I want you to understand it, because in this letter here, it explains all about what we're talking about, right? It explains the lease option to the seller, the questions that they would have, the answers to those questions. It has all of that stuff, right? It has down here at the bottom, the bottom line, right? And then what are the lease option benefits to the tenant buyer, right? To the landlord or the seller, to the homeowner. These are things that you want to be very, very familiar with. And this is a document you are going to want to modify, because you are going to want to send this to your sellers. You are going to want to provide this to your sellers. You're going to, after your initial phone conversation, you're going to want to email them this. Okay? Or you're going to want to create a link, right? And you're going to want to send that to them via text, because this is a great professional piece that shows that you have a legitimate business and a real offer opportunity, right? Now, yep. I'll get back to these questions here in a minute, guys. All right, you're going to want to modify this document and make it yours, because this is a selling tool. This is a tool that you're going to use to help you as a crutch with the homeowners, with the sellers, the landlords that you're going to be talking to. The reason why you're going to need this is because, one, it adds some validity to you, right? And I don't really know what hem lane is, Michael. You have to tell me what that is, man. Tell me what we're talking about, brother. All right. So, homework assignment. Do the modules if you haven't. Number 2, get in here and modify this document, right? While you're at it, go down here to the lead property information sheet and familiarize yourself with the stars. You see the black stars? These black stars are the talking points for the conversation. The first conversation that we're going to have with the homeowner, seller, landlord. So just be familiar with this. Now next week, we're going to pull this out and we're going to do some role play conversations in front of you, right? And then we're also going to generate leads right in front of you with the automated REI. Boom! I just said it. The automated REI. Boom! Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. We are definitely generating leads next week and role playing the seller conversation. Definitely. Now, with that being said, that is your homework. Make sure you get your theory down, and then make sure you get your paperwork set up. If you want to be ahead of the game, go down to step 3 and step 5 or whatever it is and get the other materials and modify those. AKA, they are the agreements. Okay? They are the agreements. You might want to modify those. Put your state in it. Put your, wherever it is your market is that you're going to be working, right? That is another piece of homework that you need to decide. I recommend for virtual co-wholesale that you definitely virtual co-wholesale or wholesaling lease options, either one. Okay, just to be clear. That you definitely start in your own home market and then add other markets after you've proven your process at home. Okay? I'm not saying you can't start 800 miles away from home. I'm just saying I believe it to be easier to start in your home market. Right? Will it modify with Google Sheets? Yeah, you should be able to open this up with Google Docs, Alifa. And Marie, what time will be on Monday in California? It'll be 5 p.m. in California, 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Michael says Hemlane is a company that is nationwide property management company. They're basically a nationwide boots on the ground, so it lets people get deals under contract anywhere they want without having to worry about being grounded in an area. That sounds pretty dope, man. That sounds pretty dope. I'm not familiar with it, but dude, I would love for you to be on this session on week number 3 with a demonstration, a live demonstration of generating leads on demand. If you would consider that. Just think about that, bro. And you can talk about Hemlane too if you want. Ryan Webb says, thanks, Michael Batista. You know what, man? Batista is one of my least favorite wrestlers on WWE. But Michael Batista is one of my favorite dudes in the entire whole world. And I talk to Michael Batista like every day. Because he's a cool dude. Okay, so your homework assignment, number 1, is to do the training modules if you haven't. Number 2 is to go through and modify those documents. Hey, what's up, Dre? Y'all thought I forgot about Dre. Yeah. I didn't forget about Dre. What's up, Dre? Go through, modify your documents. That's all Ryan Webb thinks about is WWE. Hey, dude, me too. Matter of fact, it's Thursday night. I wish they had a show on tonight. Yeah, anyway. Do your homework, guys. Modify those agreements. Modify that document, that seller document, the seller leave behind and make them yours, and learn them, okay? Learn them. Learn how they read, learn how they flow. In the other documents, there is definitely instructions on what documents, who goes where, and who signs what. So, you know, if you just take the time to read and study through the agreements and do the modules this week and modify those documents and make them yours and get ready to launch into your market next week, launching into your market, into your marketplace. We're getting in your freaking head, right? And then we're getting into your heart, and then we're getting into your neighborhood, and then we're getting into your car. No, we're not getting in your car, but yeah, we're getting into your market next week. And we're going to be doing some, you know what, we're going to generate leads next week, Michael Batista. And then we're going to do role play. And then the week after, we're going to generate leads again. And then we're going to do the actual live interactions with the sellers. Hey, you're welcome, Alifa. WCW always had WCW Thursday Night Thunder. Yeah, man. You know, this fascist shit, man, where there can only be one. There can only, it's like Vince McMahon is like Highlander. There can only be one. Let's talk about you for a second before we sign off. Hey, Mike, I'm glad. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very excited for the next 3 weeks, man. Me too, dude. And I'm excited for Monday night, too, if you want to do virtual co-wholesale. We want to show you the skills that it takes to get to your first deal. We're not talking about theory. Theory is what you're going to get from the training modules and from the studying the agreements and the documents. But what I'm going to show you right here in these sessions is the real concepts, the real doing of the thing, the skill sets that's required to make money in real estate. Okay, so don't miss out, and don't get behind and think, oh well, I'm not going to modify those agreements. I don't have time for that. Well, shit, if you ain't got time for that, you ain't got time to make money, right? Make them look good. Make them look like something you'd be proud of. This is your business. Modify those. Make them yours. Right? Make them yours. That's how it works. And we're here right here on the Facebook group. Don't forget, if you got questions, post. Ask us right here on the wall. Ask us right here on the wall. And when one of you gets a deal this month, I want to have a video testimonial from your ass. Alright? Video testimonial! That's my worst attempt at being mean. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's been almost an hour, and this inspiring music is carrying me away. So I'm just gonna sit back now and think about all that money. I'm just gonna sit back there and think about all that money. All that money out there doing wholesale and lease options. All that money. Yeah. We're about to go live right here, right now. Calling all real estate wholesalers. I like that. I like being a real estate wholesaler, don't you? Being a real estate wholesaler is a lot of fun. This is Justin Chamness, by the way. We're talking about wholesale and lease options. We've already had session 1. I hope some of you went back and refreshed yourselves on that session 1. Session 1, the all-important getting started. Yep, that's what we're doing. Wholesale and lease options. Man, I've always got people that just jump right on immediately here. God bless you. Saturday mornings, right here.
Aaron, he's one of my new one-on-one. Incredible guy. Very intelligent. Mark Patterson, hey, what's going on, man? This guy is a colleague. Charlie Fitzgerald. I don't know if I've ever talked to you, Charlie, but I've seen your name around here. And Mike Hendo Henderson. What's going on, Mike? It's good to see you. You guys ready to learn some wholesale and lease options? Hey, Justin Chamness here with the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and we're going to talk about wholesale and lease options here today. We are going to talk about wholesale and lease options. What's up, everybody that's here? Thank you for coming. This is session number 2 of the 4 weeks to getting to your first deal and the wholesale lease options. This is virtual stuff here, guys. This is the advanced level. The advanced level. Hey, happy Saturday morning to everybody. Good to see everybody arriving here. That's great. Yep, this is the advanced level. The beginning level you'll find over at realestatewholesalersclub.com. What up, R-Dub? Ryan, good to see you here, man. Clint, International. This Clint guy, man, he's got a great attitude. He's a lot of fun. What's up, Usman? Wholesale and lease options, yep. Session 1 we already did. This is the advanced stuff. The beginner wholesale lease options course you'll find at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Go there. Check it out. It's like the second module on the page. It's in the free basic wholesaler training. You're going to find all the paperwork that we're going to reference for wholesaling lease options. Virtual, the 4 weeks to your first deal, you're going to find that, the paperwork in that particular training section. I think I'm going to take one quick second and show it to you. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's see if I can pull it up. And then I want to show you some other things. We're going to do a quick refresh. Hey, Teresa, good to see you here. We're going to do a quick refresh on wholesale lease options. My computer, guys, when I'm live broadcasting, I don't know, it's like Facebook really takes up a whole lot of RAM or something, man. But anyway, it won't really let me get to realestatewholesalersclub.com. Guys, you've already been there more than likely. If you haven't been there, then just go there, okay? Because that's where all the free training is. And if you go down to the realestatewholesalersclub.com, down to the free basic trainings, okay? And you see my computer's doing some funny stuff, man. It was doing some funny stuff the other day. I got sucked into that Carlos commercial, black hole. It would never let me escape. Man, I got sucked into that one again this morning, guys. It's crazy. Anyway, if you go to the realestatewholesalersclub.com and, man, I don't know what's up with Chrome. It just like completely died. Oh, here we go. We're back. Maybe. Yep. Anyway, realestatewholesalersclub.com. Go to the wholesaling lease options training. It's in the free basic training. If you click that tab, then what it'll do is it'll show you the modules for the trainings. And with those modules, you'll be able to go and look inside the materials for those training modules. And then you'll be able to get all of the paperwork that we show during these 4 weeks. Okay, so that's where the paperwork is at, because I know some folks in here will be like, hey, how do I get what you're showing me right now? Okay, well, that's a good question. And the answer to that question is realestatewholesalersclub.com. Now, last week, if you recall, what we did was we discussed, see, that's finally got to pull it up like 20 minutes later. What we did last week was we did an overview, which was more like a month ago for those of you who are actually taking this live and not watching the replay. About a month ago, we got into the overview, the helicopter overview of the wholesale lease option. We talked about a few things. We talked about bread and butter properties. This was an example that we used. It is 1230 Apple Cart Way. It doesn't even exist. I changed the address. But this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Remember, that's our bread and butter, guys. This is bread and butter. This is what we're going for. This is just a quick refresher. These are the types of properties you're looking for. You're not looking for junkers, okay? You're not looking at ugly houses. You're looking at houses that are livable. In fact, if they are not livable, then they do not qualify for a wholesale lease option. Meaning, if a tenant cannot move right in and get to living there, it does not qualify for a very good wholesale lease option deal, virtual or otherwise. Bread and butter, guys. Bread and butter. Hey, that's my mom watching. Hey, Mom, good to see you. Bread and butter. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Lorenzo. Good to see you guys. We still have people popping on. And my mom checked in on me. I love you, Mom. Yeah, the bread and butter houses, guys, don't try to force a property deal that's just not bread and butter, okay? It's going to be harder for you to find a tenant buyer. That is the long and short of it. You're going to have a harder time finding a tenant buyer if you're not sticking to bread and butter houses or close to, okay? Like if you get a property deal and you're like, oh, hey, Justin, I'm real excited about this wholesale lease option deal I got. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's 600 square feet. And, I'm going to be like, well, you've eliminated a lot of your buyer pool out there. Not a lot of people are looking for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Maybe perhaps in some major metropolitan markets that would be desirable. But as it stands here in my market today, and in the markets that I do this in, 1-bedroom, 1-bath, not a lot of people trying to knock the doors down to get inside. Everybody wants that 3-bedroom, 2-car, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants it. You and I want it. That's what we want to live in. I'm talking about properties that look nice, okay? They don't look junky. They look like something like this, okay? This is a nice property. And you can see this one's for rent. There's a for rent sign. This is an excellent property to target. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's livable. A tenant can move right in. They can make their life happen right there inside those walls without any labor and hard work going into it. And those buyers would be willing. Okay, 2 things I want you to notice about this. 1, they'd be willing to put down money to live in a place like this and call it theirs. Yeah. They get a shot to try it out before they buy it out, right? That's the story. And they're going to try it out before they buy it out, but they can call it theirs. They can act like it's theirs. We want them to act like it's theirs. We want them to take ownership in this property deal. So this is a pretty house. Second thing I want you to notice is not only will a buyer be willing to put down money to live here, which is your profits, but he's also for rent. Yeah, perfectly okay to contact landlords and ask them if they would consider your offer to do a wholesale lease option. Absolutely okay. Absolutely okay to do that. These for rent properties are prime. They're already ready to move in. They're already tenant ready. Okay, so it already fits the qualifications on that level. If it's close to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, if it's 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1-car garage, okay, yeah, fine. All right. Now, this one here in particular, this particular house happened to be a for rent, and a lot of the best wholesale lease option deals come from the for rent section of Craigslist. Also, for rent on Zillow and other places online. You're not just limited to for sale by owners. You can go into calling the for rents and landlords. Absolutely, you should, because those are going to be some of the best that you'll ever find out there. Those deals. You're going to find some great deals that way. All right. Now, that's a bit of a catch up from last week. You remember we talked about bread and butter. We talked about getting your target and your focus right, how it becomes easier to find buyers, tenant buyers, when you're looking for bread and butter type deals instead of just, whatever willy-nilly comes down the pike. Okay. So I do want to take some time today and show you guys how I generate leads. And what I'm going to do is I pre-recorded this little segment because, my computer, it's like right now, it's like Chrome decided to just basically go poo-poo on me. And that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to play this video for you of me going to the automated REI and producing some leads. Okay. You can see some of the paperwork that is involved, the lease options, talking with the sellers, all of that stuff. That's right where the training modules are on realestatewholesalersclub.com, guys. If you guys got questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. We're cool with that. I wanted to show you, and it's too bad that it's not really letting me, the special report leave behind. Okay, it might pop up here if we give it 10 minutes. This lease option report, remember I told you last time to edit it, modify it, learn it, get a feel for the wording, the questions and answers in it. This is the seller tool. Yeah, I'm not real sure why it's doing that, but that's aggravating. And you can see here, one of the students, or I guess I could rather say one of the members of the free Facebook group, took that document and has made it her own. Okay? And you can see that she did an incredible job. I don't know why, man. It's just like that. It's just like it refuses to cooperate with me, man. But you can see she really dolled it up. Okay, really cleaned it up and made it hers. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, you guys. Make this stuff yours. I mean, don't just like slap the logo on it. I mean, you could, okay? You slap a logo on it and, call it yours. Well, absolutely. But, it's better if you kind of make it yours like she did, for example. See what I'm saying? That's some nice stuff. Nice stuff. And good job with that. The person who did it. I'm not going to call you out right here, because I'm not even sure you're watching here today. In those modules, you're also going to find this lead property information sheet, guys. Okay, this is how you're going to qualify those leads once you get them. But first of all, I'm going to show you how we get the leads. Anybody want to know how we get the leads? Yeah, I know you do. I know you want to know how we get the leads. So let me play this little video of me walking you through the automated REI. And that way you'll get an idea of exactly how we do this. Thank you for your patience this morning with all my slow computer action and everything. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Can you hear me talking over myself here? If you can, go ahead and let me know in the chat. And if you can't, then I'll narrate. Pretty simple. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear the video is what I'm asking. Look at this, guys. It's free. This is the automatedrei.com. Okay, so we can't hear the video on the audio. You can hear the audio. You can hear me, guys, but you can't hear the audio on the video. Yep. Okay, no problem, guys. Yep, this is the pricing list right here.
Okay, $0 per month. All right, 0 setup fee, 1 cent per text in and out, 3 cents for Craigslist data, 2 cents for skip tracing. I mean, check it out, guys. It's super cheap. You can do list building here, build some lists. This tool is pretty incredible. Go there to the automatedrei.com. I am actually signing in right now on a student's account. It's not really my account. I have an account, obviously, but it's got a whole lot of stuff in it. It's a little bit more complicated to look at. So this is like a brand new account that a one-on-one mentoring student just opened up. You can see here in the middle, it's big white blocks with the little icons on it. Those are corresponding buttons to the menu on the left here, the gray. So over here on the left, you've got all of the same buttons that you do in the middle. Account details, dashboard is right there at the top, and then you got my account, Zillow scraping, skip tracing here on the left. Okay, you go to my account. Now, the first thing you want to do once you get signed in is you're going to want to go to my account. You're going to want to check out all the details. Sorry, guys, I had to turn the audio of the video that you can't hear off out of my ears. It was making me go crazy. Now, yeah, put all the right information in there, guys, and then you're going to want to load that wallet balance. See, it's got $13.92. That's this brand new student account. I had him open up, and I told him to start it with about $15-20, which he did. And then it's honestly about what it's going to take for you to get going and not worry about, you know, being able to accomplish what you want to accomplish on here. Now, you're going to pay per use. So, you know, you're not paying any, that money will come out, you know, when you scrape Zillow or you scrape Craigslist or you do a text blast or you do something, you know, you pay for play. Okay. Pay for play. Now you can see there, we were just looking at a Zillow scraping now page over here on the left, all these menu options. Now we're looking at Craigslist scraping. Okay. Now that's an absolute amazing feature, guys. If you don't know, let me tell you. If you don't know, let me tell you. There is no other place in the world that you can go to that I know of where you have the ability to scrape both Zillow and Craigslist. Okay, now I know of some other tools that some real estate gurus they use and they recommend and they sell. Okay, obviously I'm not making any money with this. It doesn't cost me. It doesn't cost you any money. Okay. And it just to pay for what you use, and I don't make any money off of that. I'm not selling this, guys. I'm telling you, I use this. All right, and I teach people to use this in the one-on-one mentoring. Now, this is exactly what I show them how to do, and you can see here in the scraping history tab over here on the left, which is where we're at. This student has only done 2 scrapes, and they were both tests, so he named them tests. Okay, test and test 2. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, pretty simple stuff. You really follow, you know, the menu on the left, the gray bar, to see what it is that you want to do. And then you click that button and it'll take you there. Now, he's already done 2 scrapes. Now, both of them were Zillow. You can see here scrape number 1, test MB-Zillow, and test 2-Zillow. It could say Craigslist. But we didn't do a Craigslist scrape yet. We just did Zillow, right? You can come over here and you can hit these buttons and download what you've had scraped. It takes about 24 hours to complete a full scrape, guys. And until it's completed, it'll say scheduled in the status or status. All right. It'll say scheduled. You'll want to do that. And leave it alone until it's completed, and then you can come over here and hit download, or you can export it, or you can come over here and hit the green button and start an SMS. Okay. All right. So that's pretty simple, guys. It's not rocket science, and we'll show you how to do a campaign and set up a scrape. Although I think you'll find it's pretty much a no-brainer once I show you the page and show you how it works. All right, but this is the scraping history tab, and when you've started to scrape, it will show up here as scheduled, and when it's completed, about 24 hours later, it will show up here as completed. Okay. Now, I like this because it's pay for play, and it's cheaper than anywhere else, even at that. Okay, that I'm aware of. I'm not aware of any place cheaper on the internet. And this with no subscription fee and no setup fee, yeah, it's crazy good. It's a crazy good deal. Now, you can see I clicked download and I downloaded the scraping that's completed. Let's just take a look at it and see what it's pulled up. What kind of information did it grab off of Zillow in this case? From a Zillow scraping campaign. Whoa! There we go. There is a bunch of scrapes there. And of course, it's only scraping per the filters that we tell it to scrape. You know, we have a lot of options that we can tell it to scrape for this or that or the other thing. Or not scrape, you know. You can go over here and click Start SMS. And that'll take you to a page that says SMS campaign. It's the same tab that's over here in the gray bar that says SMS campaign. And you can name a campaign. Name a campaign. You could also upload contacts if you wanted to just manually upload people to Text Blast. Okay, we're not doing that today. We're going to select the campaign. So one of the scraping campaigns that's completed, we're going to hit Test 2. We're going to select one of those. Remember, we ran a scraping campaign. We waited till it was complete. Now we can add it here to the Text Blaster. We can select the time to do the Text Blast and a date, so you can do it when you want to work. And when you don't want to work, you don't do it, right? Now, you're going to need to buy a phone number. I think it's like a couple bucks. All right? You're going to want to set up a voicemail message on it. Okay, that's free. And here is where you write your text message that you want to be mass texted out to all of the people that you scraped on that scraping campaign. Right? Now you can see here, I'm going to give you the exact message that I and my team send out. Now we change it subtly from time to time. Okay, but for the most part, this is the gist of it. Hi, I'm an investor, period. I saw your house on Zillow. Okay, we might say Craigslist, depending on if we're doing a Craigslist blast. Or if we're doing a blast off of the scrapings that we got from Craigslist. All right, we might say Craigslist. Hi, I'm an investor. I saw your house on Zillow. Is this something you could consider leasing out for 12 to 24 months, then selling? Yes, no, maybe. Very interested. Okay, that's it. That's the gist. Why do we say yes, no, maybe? Because we have found in time, in our experience, that you will get a lot of responses of people that will literally follow your directions, and they'll say yes, or they'll say no, or they'll say maybe. And then you want to target in on the yeses and the maybes. Okay? The no's are no's. No means no. Right? That's what we're told. So, you know, when they say no, I just leave them alone, guys. Just leave them alone. And gals. When they say no, leave them alone. Right? Now, if they say maybe, then you know, that might warrant a conversation. Okay? It also might warrant, you know, a definite, you know, conversation when they say yes. Obviously, if they're interested in that, then yes. Now you get there by hitting that green button and building the text blast. Now let's go over to the Zillow scraping tab on the left gray bar. You can see you just fill in the blanks, guys. Fill in the blanks. It's that simple. I mean, just be patient with yourself. Go through here and fill in the blanks. All right. It's going to ask you for your city. Yeah. In your state. Where do you want to do this scrape at? Yeah. It's categorized by the marketplaces of Craigslist. And when you're down here, when you filled in all the blanks, hit the blue check data count and check it. It'll tell you how many datas, you know, how many scrapes. it found in those coordinates with those filters, and it'll tell you what the cost would be. If you're ready to do it, then you hit submit, and then you go over here and you hit create campaign. And then it will show up in the scraping history right here as scheduled. You see? So it'll be scheduled until about 24 hours later, you'll notice that it's changed to completed. And once it's completed, then obviously you can download it, export it. You could delete it. I don't know why you would, or you could hit the green button, start SMS, and you could go over there and definitely do a text blast on those. That's what I would recommend, is doing a scraping. Whether you're doing Zillow or whether you're doing Craigslist, do your scrapings for an entire week. Okay? And then text blast them when you're ready to work. Okay? It's not important that you do it all in back-to-back fashion. Okay? That's why there's those timers on there, those schedulers. You can schedule things. You can schedule when you want to do the scrape, right? Now, it's going to take 24 hours anyway. And then you can schedule when you want to do the text blast. So you want to do a text blast on the scrape that you made, and you want to do it when you're ready to respond to some of those, responses, the yes, no's, and maybes. Don't do it and then ignore these people. That's what I'm getting at, okay? Don't do it and then ignore these people. That's not fun. And then, of course, when you're ready to do that, you're going to want to go to the modules, and you're going to want to pull up, some of this paperwork, like, for example, the lease option agreement memo. All right. This is the contract that you're trying to get with the seller. Okay. Now, again, I'm not an attorney. This is just provided as is without any warranty, or I'm not trying to guarantee you anything is going to happen with anybody's legal statuses or anything. I don't know nothing about law. This is an example, but I have used it. Okay. With that being said, I have used it, and I've used it many, many, many times. Okay. So, lease option agreement memo. Read this, guys. Go to the modules back there and the regular wholesaling lease option and pull this out and check it out, because it is like the most benign contract or agreement you'll ever read. I mean, it's like the most non-offensive thing that there ever was written. Like, for real. Seller may use the buyer's lease option agreement forms or may use a form that the seller chooses. Seller may cancel this agreement memo at any time before we find a tenant buyer. Right? Like, you're telling them buyer's intention is to find a lease option tenant and assign this lease option agreement memo to that lease option tenant for a fee. I mean, you're telling them everything right here. This is what you're going for in your conversations with the homeowners or landlords, the sellers, for example, here. All right. This is the conversation you're going for. And let me see if I can get to it. Here it is. This is the lead information sheet. So when you initially text these folks back, you're going to want to have this information right here in front of you. And you're going to want to concentrate on the black stars. You see, I've put black stars here. Right, because these are the most important parts. Of course, you want to get the date. You want to get the time, all this stuff. You want to get their name and their cell phone number down, of course, so that they can be contacted back. But, in the conversation, you're going to want to find out, hey, asking price, seller's estimated value. Okay. What are some comps that you've come up with? Okay. And that the seller has come up with. Do they know of any? Why did they price it the way they did? Get the existing mortgage information. All of these things a virtual assistant can do as well. Hey, Alifa, when do you want to move? Okay, that's important, because if it's 6 months from now, okay, well, that kind of changes the thing for you.
All right. So this will give you a flow of conversation. And I'm not, remember, I've always kind of said formulas are for babies. Okay. But you're going to grow out of things like this, scripts. And, I could give you a script, but I might as well just give you something you'll never be able to use, because the conversation never goes just like the script's written. Okay. Never. You need to be able to take grander ideas like, hey, this is the asking price. I need to get, by the end of this conversation, hey, Janet, I need to be able to get through the conversation and have asking price, estimated value, comparables, ideas of why they think it costs what they think what it's worth. Why do they think it's worth what they think it's worth? The existing mortgage information, when they want to move, how many bedrooms and bathrooms, so on and so forth. Is there any information here that is, unnecessary? Yeah, anything that's not a black star. But, but you can go ahead and try to get a lot of this information from that initial conversation with them when you're not even trying to pitch them the idea. You're just trying to get some information about them and their level of motivation and the property itself to see if this deal would work. Okay. All of these forms are over there in the realestatewholesalerclub.com in the wholesaling lease options training modules. Okay, guys? So, don't forget about that stuff over there. It's free. It's not going to bite you. So you're going to be able to, take your business from ground zero on up, If you don't have any forms, you don't have any agreements, you don't know how that works, it helps to just get in there and read the agreements. That answers a lot of questions for you as you're learning these things. Okay? As you're learning these things, it's going to answer a lot of questions for you just to go through the paperwork and understand what your goals are. Yeah, my goals are to get these things signed up. No, it helps to know what they say and how they read. And once you see what man, I showed you guys that lease option agreement memo. Yeah. It's like the most easy thing in the world. If they're motivated and they want to do the deal, there is nothing in that agreement that's going to run them off. That's the point I'm trying to make. All right, guys, do we have any questions about wholesaling lease options? Virtually. Do we have any questions about the automated REI and how to produce leads? Now, I know it was a little bit herky-jerky today. It was a little bit herky-jerky the other day, too. I don't know. I think I adjusted some settings or something in my computer and I jacked it all up. I think that's probably what really happened. But, me and Michael Batista, we've designed us a new computer, unlike what anyone else has in the entire world, I guess. I don't know. And I guess I'm going to build it. I don't know. I've never done that, but yeah, sometime soon here, I'm going to have a monster computer that's going to be able to do all the wonderful things that I love to do. It's so much fun just to be here online with you guys doing these things. It's a lot of fun. I have a great time doing it and showing you guys things. I love to show things, so sharing the screens and showing you guys the forms and showing you where you can get the free trainings and the tools. I'd like to show you everything, and I need to be able to keep up. My technology's got to keep up. So, in order to do that, we had to design something and build it because, I'm kind of eating up a lot of, space here on the old computer. Anyway, Mike's got a question. Mike says, what do I need to have in place to do deals in other parts of the country? Really nothing, man. I mean, there's nothing special about it. You can do this deal. You can do the same deal in your own market that you do in any other market in the United States. There are some special nuances. I would avoid Texas. Okay. I would avoid Texas with lease options in general. Now, that's just me. I've heard some bad stories come out of Texas about lease options and that they're not allowed there and only under special circumstances. And I'm not an attorney and I'm not familiar with what those special circumstances are, man. So, but everywhere else that I'm aware of, it works, pretty much the same, man. And, yeah. So you can just do it the same.
Just do it the same way as you would do it right here at home. Now, Ryan Webb's got a question. He says, does the upfront non-refundable option fee, the example that your tenant buyer would be bringing, does it cost, let's say if it's $10,000, does it come off the full asking price? Yes. So you're going to want to raise that full asking price. In other words, if you buy it from your contract with the seller says $100,000, Ryan, you're going to want to mark up to $110,000, right? And then you're going to want to have that $10,000 come off then. Now, so you've basically structured that profit in there for yourself. Now, the question then next is, well, how? I would guess logically, a logical person would say, well, yeah, but then how do I know how much money that person is going to be bringing? So how do I know how much to raise it up there? Okay, well, then raise it to 110. And then if you get a cat that comes in and he's got 6K down instead of 10, then, lower the price for him and make it work. Take your 6K and run. Make it 106 instead of 110. All right. Does that make sense? I hope so. Clint's talking about boots on the ground. Yeah, I love boots on the ground. And Mike says, who puts the sign in the yard? Who shows property if owner can't? Yeah. Well, you're talking about doing a virtual wholesale lease option out of state. Who shows the property if the owner can't? Yep. You mean if the house is vacant and there's no one living there, and let's say the owner is also out of state? Yep. Then what you have to do, Mike, is you have to call. You can use the automated REI, actually, that I just showed you, and you can scrape for realtors. And then you ask realtors if there's one around who would be willing to help you out and do some paperwork and show a property for you for a flat rate fee of $250 or something like that when you close, or $500 when you close. And bada bing, bada boom, you've got boots on the ground. Okay, Janet Franklin, how can you wholesale in another state? Yeah, we were just talking about that, Janet. It works just exactly the same way. So use the automated REI, go into a completely different metropolitan area, a different city, go right over there, pull leads, scrape for leads, then do a text blast, and then, get on the phone and respond to the ones that are yeses and maybes. And then, what you're going to do is you're going to advertise for a buyer. And the homeowner is going to show the property for you, or you're going to get a realtor to show it for you. That's that simple. That simple. Yep. You guys are thinking up some pretty complicated ideas. I mean, these things are really, typically they move along much smoother in real life. Okay, you guys are imagining all the scenarios where there's like, the owner can't show the property and maybe there's not a realtor in town who'd be willing to help, and then they lost the front door key, and then, oh my God, it's really, guys, everybody's motivated to get this deal done. Typically when you're dealing with the right people, you're dealing with motivated sellers. Everybody wants to get this deal done, man. They're willing to figure out a way to get this house shown. If you're going to be bringing people, yeah, and I don't mean bringing them personally or sending people, yeah. So don't. I'm just trying to encourage you to not outthink yourself here, guys. Don't double think yourself. It works the same way in other markets as it does right here in your home market. I do it right here in my home market too, and I rarely go see these places or do any of that. It's all, you can do virtual stuff right where you live. Like, I don't even leave my house. Okay. Are there any other questions? You guys have got some great questions popping in here. These are really good questions. Thanks, guys. I'm glad that you're asking. What is it? Inquiring minds want to know. And you definitely want to know. And that's the first step, is learning, getting some confidence, getting ready to, getting your paperwork together. If you haven't gotten that, that seller leave behind, edit it up, make it yours for real. Like I showed you the example of the member in our accountability team here who really,
kind of took it to the next level. And that's what you ought to do. You just gonna slap your logo on my stuff and move on. I mean, make it yours. That's what I've been saying. Make it yours. Get them contracts out, read them, understand what's up. We're not asking them to sell us their firstborn child here. We're asking them to let us solve a problem for them, and we're not creating a risk situation for them either. Okay, we're not creating a risk situation for you, and we're not creating a risk situation for them. Okay, so let's not keep ourselves in what, and I don't mean this to sound rude, but let's not keep ourselves in ignorance. Okay, let's just get to the paperwork. Let's get it all out. Let's read it. Let's understand it, and let's find out what our objective is here. We're not asking them to sell their firstborn. We're just trying to solve a problem for them, and this is how much commitment level they need. And be honest with you, it ain't much. It ain't much. So get in there, get that confidence level you need built up. Go to the automated REI and check it out. Go ahead and sign up and put some money in the wallet and start kind of testing around on doing some scrapes in the market area that you want to do, because this is how you do this in a matter of a few hours. You can put a deal together from start to finish in 6, 7, 8 hours, maybe 10 if you're brand new. Okay, this is how you do it instead of weeks and weeks and months. Okay, now the automated REI is an integral part of that. Integrable. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, Alifa wants to know if she can talk to me about the mentoring. Well, yeah, I don't know why not. Yeah, I'm available to talk about that. Yep, I'm all about one-on-one mentoring. If I can help folks out, let's get her done. Let's do it. I want to help. That's what it's all about, helping each other. Nobody gets rich in this business alone. All right, guys, next week, wholesale and lease options, virtual, 4 weeks to your first deal, session number 3. We're going to be actually doing text blast on a scrape that we pulled. I'm going to actually do a text blast, and we're going to interact with some of them right here on camera. It's going to be great. You guys are getting raw training here, guys, and it's free. Check us out. Hit like and subscribe. We'll talk soon. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. Justin Chambers here, Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and welcome back. This is session number 3 of virtual wholesale lease options. It's Saturday morning, the morning of this live recording. We're right here live on YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit that bell notification. It lets YouTube let you know when we got a new video or live show coming out. If you haven't hooked up with us over at realestateWholeSalersClub.com, you can find more of me and lots more free training over there. Free stuff. We got the basic stuff. It comes with the agreements, all that stuff. We also got the advanced stuff. It comes with all the advanced stuff. It comes with all the advanced training, all the advanced agreements. Yes, that's how we do it. We like to do it that way. We like to keep it free. People like things that are free. I find people like things that are free, especially on Saturday morning. How about you? I like things that are free on Saturday morning. I'll tell you what I really like to do is I like to make a lot of money on Saturday morning. That's a whole lot of fun, too. All right, let's quit dilly-dallying and jump right in, guys.
I'm William Shatner. I've done a lot of things in my career, but this takes the cake. This is so cool. You, Justin, today, it's all about you. This is to say thank you. Thank you. It's exciting. It makes me want to celebrate. Makes me want to get up out of this chair. Makes me want to sing. Makes me want to dance. Makes me want to shout. Kick my heels up. Throw my hands up. Toss my head back. No, really, people should be shouting your name in the street.
Come on now, sing that name.
Sing that song. Sing it out loud. I want to celebrate. Put it up in lights.
You're so nice, so very, very nice.
See, no one else deserves to be celebrated like you because you are the best. want you. I want you to know right now you make me want to shout. That's right, you make me want to shout because there really is no doubt. You know what I'm talking about because you make me want to shout. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Make me wanna.
Love you, Bill.
If you're equipped with real estate, this is gonna change your life.
Yes, we're talking about wholesaling, virtual wholesaling of lease options. Virtual wholesaling, lease options. Getting those virtual wholesale lease options. Hey, we're just having fun here this morning. It's Saturday morning. You know, I used to watch cartoons and now I'm watching real estate videos. Think about that, man. That's a transformation. Shit. You went from watching cartoons and now you're watching me. Hey, I don't know which is funnier. I don't know. Probably cartoons. Hey, Kelly, good to see you here. Han, it's always cool to see you on, man. Charlie, Teresa, Alifa, Carlos, and it says two others. I don't know who they are. Those are the mystery people. But anyway, hey guys, if you have not accessed the first module and the second module of this training, okay, if you didn't see the videos, you can easily find those videos by going to realestatewholesalersclub.com. This is also where you're going to find the paperwork to do this technique, okay? So go, when you visit Real Estate Wholesalers Club, don't forget to sign up right there so you never miss a thing that we put out for free. Isn't that cool? Sheesh, I don't know anybody that's like sign up so we can give you all of our future free training courses, but anyway, that's us, that's what we do. But slide on down here to the menu section and you can click on the advanced trainings. You can click on any of these buttons, actually, make your selection, but if you click the advanced training, you see it slides you down there to the more advanced free courses. These are free courses you can access. The only thing you have to suffer through is a shameless commercial for our one-on-one mentoring, which is also very affordable. But anyway, yeah, go on down there, check it out. You can find the modules, and you can find the training packets that go along with those modules. That's the agreements and everything you need, disclosures, whatever you might need for that technique, you can do it. If you hit the menu button, Wholesaler Tools, it'll take you down here where you can definitely find the automated REI, which we're going to talk more about today. Also, some other tools we highly recommend, like Get Response. Deal Machine is an amazingly cool ass machine, guys. We live in an incredible world. Hey, Kelly Johnson said he's eating his bowl of cereal. I'm cool with that, man. I'm all about bowls of cereal. My favorite, though, well, it used to be Fruity Pebbles. But now, I've been on a Sugar Smacks kick. I don't know, something about the Sugar Smacks. I think it's because I can stuff an entire 150 of them in my mouth at once. I really do think that's what it is. And I think I've become addicted to the idea of stuffing 150 Sugar Smacks on one spoon into my mouth hole at one time. Something about that is exciting. I love Sugar Smacks. Although it does have an after effect the next morning, it seems like. But I still can't stop. So, yeah, anyway, enjoy your cereal this morning, Kelly, while you're watching us. Hey, and thanks for watching, by the way. You could be reading the back of the box, but instead you're watching us right here live on YouTube and Facebook. All right, guys, that's how you find the paperwork. That's for this technique and the tools, automated REI, or if you're wondering where any other tool is, that's where you find those tools. Okay, so we've cleared that up. I wonder, are there any questions from last week or the week before about wholesaling lease options, how it works, what it is, what it does, what it do? What do we need to do? What's your questions? You got questions? Anybody with questions? Come on, we've got to have some questions, right? I hope we do. Yep, I hope we have some questions, because questions help everyone, not just the person asking. So if you are one of those fine folks out there on this wonderful cereal breakfast eating Saturday morning, then go ahead, and you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. You guys ever wonder what this jug is? This is a koozie that says OurTeamBuysHouses.com. It's my business koozie. So like when I go see a seller, or if I go see a buyer or something, I'll take a bottle of water and stick it in a koozie. You know, you can get these made like super dirt cheap. I ordered 100 of them, and it lasts a little while, you know. And then this is my Yeti. That's not a Yeti. That's a Wookiee. That's a Wookiee, not a Yeti. But you tell me, really, what's the difference? All right, let's jump right into wholesale and lease options. Billy wants to know how to present the offer. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that today, Billy. So I'm glad you asked that question. You're kind of segueing right into what we want to do. We definitely want to talk more about getting into getting leads today. We also definitely want to talk more about how to go about beginning that conversation with them. Okay. And we're going to try to demonstrate a little bit for you here too as well. So why don't we go ahead and just do a quick refresh on where we've been thus far. And remember, the real estate the transaction we're trying to learn right here is for pretty houses. Okay, these pretty house deals, these are not ugly house deals. These are pretty house deals. So remember, this is the example property I showed. Okay, this looks like a nice house, like, you know, a nice family would live in, right? It's not something that would, you know, need a bunch of repair. So we're not looking for a fix and flip buyer. We're looking for a tenant buyer. Okay, somebody that can come in with a nice option fee, you know, kind of like a deposit or a down payment. It's non-refundable deposit, really, is what it is. And so what'll happen is, you know, they'll rent that place until they can qualify for the note or for the home loan to buy it. And you guys kind of understand how rent to own works. It's almost rent till own. You know, rent till you can qualify to own. And, you know, I'll just give you this is the gut honest truth, guys. Only about 60% of them ever work out. And that would be if you're having a good year. Okay. That means they don't buy. That's what I'm saying. It's like 40% of them won't buy. Right? All right, here's an example we gave. It's just a fake property address. We changed it up, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. This is the bread and butter, remember? This is what we're going for. When we're talking to sellers, we're talking to them. Hopefully, we're talking to sellers or landlords that own this type of property. We're not looking for junker deals. We're looking for nice 3-bedroom, 2-baths. Well, what about 1-bedroom, 1-bath? Well, depending on the marketplace. If you're in a market where 1-baths, 1-bedroom, 1-bath really rent out really fast and hot, and everybody needs one, wants one, maybe like in a marketplace like perhaps New York. Okay, maybe, I don't know. But in most marketplaces, okay, this is 1-bedroom, 1-bath is not bread and butter. Okay, so 2-bedroom is, you know, doable, but it's harder to find tenant buyers if you don't have something that's got 3 bedrooms and at least 1.5 baths and some parking spaces, right? People want to raise their families. That's why they want to own homes, because they want to, you know, the financial benefits and the tax benefits, but they also want to raise their families in these things. So you got to think this, you know, they're going to live in this thing. It's great that you got a motivated seller with a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. No wonder he's motivated. Okay, and no wonder, you know, this 2-bedroom, 1-bath with 0 parking, and it's on-street parking. Okay, no wonder, you know, that guy's motivated. He's having a hard time. Also, you know, so when we're qualifying these, what we're doing is we're looking for bread and butter. We're looking to see if this is a house that would be easily rented out, okay, to a tenant buyer. Also, we're looking to see if the lease payment to the owner is, you know, would be, you know, somewhere near the fair market rent for that property. And in order to find that out, you know, we're going to have that first conversation with the seller. And the first conversation with the seller will tell us everything we want to know about that property. that we can, or we can go find what we want to know about that property based on that information. So here's Rental Meter. I showed this once before as well, I think. And so, this is a tool that you can go find. It's not on the realestatewholesalersclub.com, although maybe it could or should be. But at any rate, Rental Meter, you can just Google Rental Meter and you can go there and you can get what the fair market rent of a place is, or a pretty decent idea of what the fair market rent is on a place like that. Okay, so the first conversation we're going to have with the homeowner is basically just a this is my technique, Billy. Is the first conversation I'm having with the seller or homeowner or landlord is really just a fact-finding mission, man. Okay, so you guys have all this pressure on you to close a deal right away when you get a seller on the phone, like you need to slam jam and get on up the road with a deal in less than 10 minutes. And really, honestly, you'll be better off served if you take a little slower approach and allow these people to get more comfortable with you. Okay, so you don't need to be, busting down walls to get through, and trying to kick down all the objections in the first 5 minutes. It's really kind of like, hey, they have to like you, they have to understand what you have to offer, and it has to be a solution that they can believe in and do. That's pretty much all it amounts to. And you're going to find a lot of people aren't motivated. You want to just get off the phone with them, okay? If they're not motivated enough to help you fulfill your fact-finding mission, in other words, if you're on your first initial conversation with them and it's a fact-finding mission and they're still not very cooperative with you, okay, well, they're just telling you, hey, I'm not very motivated. Okay, so you don't want to mess with unmotivated people. All right, now, you do want to mess with the motivated ones, the ones that will cooperate with your fact-finding mission. Cool. What my team and I do is we fill out this form right here in our first conversation with them. The black stars, you can find this paperwork over in the modules, guys. This black stars are the important lines, okay? And so we make sure we get all that. Now, that's what we do. Then we get off the phone. All right, and then we go do a little research on the property. We go check Rental Meter, like we were talking about before. We go check Rental Meter. We make sure that this is a property deal that we want to do. Is it ugly? Does it need help? Or is it livable? Is it a pretty house? Is the fair market rent equal to or greater than their payment, or what the lease payment would be? Is it bread and butter, or is it close enough to be bread and butter? Okay, and once we've established all of those things, then what we do, Billy, is we call back the seller, okay, or the homeowner or the landlord, and we explain to them in a little bit further detail what our process is and how we can help them. We use the seller leave behind. That's also in the modules, the packets. It's got our logo on it. It's got Q&A in it for them. It's got every bit of information that you would like to communicate to them in written form. We get that in front of them, right? And then we also send them this at the same time. And let me pull it up here. Well, I was going to pull it up, but instead we're going to look at this pretty house again. All right. Yep. Here it is. I send them this, the lease option agreement memo. All right. That's it. That's it, Billy. And usually we'll have to have one more conversation with them at least after we send them this. Guys, you do not have to fight these people to get them to do this. If you are talking to the ones that you want to be talking to, you do not have to fight them. You don't have to do a song and dance. You don't have to do anything other than what I just explained. It's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah. 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 Right here, Kelly, you're talking about if I have a buyer, talking about not being able to get a tenant buyer in a reasonable amount of time, are there clauses to back out if needed? Yes. Yes. Look right here. in this lease option agreement memo, the term of the lease option to begin as soon as buyer, that's you, acquires a lease option tenant for property the day that tenant buyer moves in. All right? You're not really committed to doing anything until you've already sold it. And you're telling the seller right up front. This lease option agreement memo will be assigned by buyer to a new lease option tenant. Yeah. See how easy that is, guys? See, it's not a struggle, okay? That's my point. You don't have to struggle with these people in order to do it. So we start with the lead property information sheet. We do a fact-finding and conversation, and then we get off the phone. We do our little analysis. We make sure the fair market rent is at least equal to or greater than the payment that they have to make mortgage-wise, or that the new buyer will have to make mortgage-wise. Okay? We make sure that it's more close to bread and butter or bread and butter. All right? And because we want to make sure we have an easy transaction. We don't want to have a hard time finding a tenant buyer. But even if we did have a hard time, Kelly, it's okay. It's okay. We're not going to get stung here, okay, bud? No problems there. Don't worry about that now. Don't worry about that. All right. Let's talk about generating leads. Now, if you go to the automated REI, and we did talk about this last week a little bit, you go to the automated REI, you can go check it all out. It's got lots of great information in there about what it is and how it works and the features. And I'm just going to point out a couple of them here. Skip tracing is new. Okay, but look, look at this. Zillow and Craigslist scraping, guys. This is an incredible way to produce leads for this technique. All right, and this is what we recommend. This is what we teach in the one-on-one mentoring, coaching. All right, integrated text messaging. Okay, so you can scrape Craigslist and Zillow and text blast them right here. Okay, it's mobile friendly as well. All right, look at that, $0 a month, and then look at these fees. Very affordable. Like 3 cents for Craigslist data, 3 cents for Zillow data, 2 cents to skip trace, 2 cents for off-market lists. Okay, this is insane, really. If you get down to it. All right. Now, could it be better? Everything can be better. I mean, can you find something to complain about? Well, yeah, I'm sure you can, but I don't think you're going to find anything cheaper. I don't think you're going to find anything that works more efficient than this, probably, for the price. All right, now look at this. This is what happens when you sign up, which is what I recommend you do. You see the menu on the left, the gray bar? It's just identical to the big squares there on the dashboard. All right, now the first thing you're going to want to do is go over here. Besides take a little tour, to take a little look at what's going on. You can see, if you do that, you'll see the Zillow scraping, okay? There's skip tracing, there's list building, right? All right, you scroll on down, you can see over here, there's Craigslist scraping. Bada bing! See, that's incredibly cool. Incredibly cool. Incredibly cool. Hey, James, if you're looking for contracts right now, they're either on realestateWholeSalersClub.com and the training modules for the 4 weeks to your first virtual co-wholesale deal. First virtual wholesale lease option deal. Or if I haven't put them there yet, because we're still making that right now as we speak, right here today, then you can find them in the just regular wholesaling lease options. It's all the same contracts, man. All right, but we will be adding them there. Because we're building that right now. We're building that 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale lease option course right now, guys. You guys are a part of that, and I love you for it. Okay, go to your account over here on the left, and then you see you'll definitely want to recharge this mug. Recharge this mug. Put some money in there, man. All right, you're not going to be able to do anything until you put a little bit of money in there. Now, I figure if you use this full time wholesale lease options, you're going to be doing about a couple $100 a month. I'll just be honest with you. Now, it's still cheap as heck if you're going to run your own business off that. Your whole business off $200 marketing? Sheesh. All right, so I named a campaign. I just made up something. Then I put in my city. You see how it dropped down? Okay, I could upload a zip code list right here if I wanted to. I can upload a zip code list of 15 zip codes at a time. So if I want to get super duper specific, I can totally do that. You can go down here. You can select the time of day and day that you want to do a scrape. And of course, right now we're doing a Zillow scrape. And the date, of course. So if you want to set it off in the future a little bit, you can. And then I can go down here and I can create filters. What kind of house am I looking for sales, for rents? Am I going to do the agents or just the owners? What kind of house? Am I looking just for homes or condos, townhomes, manufactured lots, apartments, so on and so forth? You guys see that. You can read. Now you go down here and click more, and look what it pops up. Bathrooms, square feet, year built. Now there's something here I really want to point out though. Look at this. It'll say days on Zillow. See, you can scrape just a certain amount of the listings that were only on Zillow for a certain amount of time even. And then you're going to click, close whenever you're ready with that. But when you're done, you can hit submit, okay? But that doesn't mean you're done. Okay, you haven't really done a scrape yet. You want to check, you click that big blue button, check data count, okay? And it's going to go thinking around for a minute, because what it's doing is it's pulling all that data off Zillow with the filters that you've determined, okay? Excuse me. So while it's thinking, are there any more questions? Now it won't take very long. It'll pop up here probably in the next few seconds. But it'll show us exactly what it's scraped. Oh, here we go. See? 72 estimated number of rows. That's how many listings it's going to pull. I'll be charged $1.44 out of my wallet. Okay? Proceed. Okay? Now you see down here at the bottom, this is not highlighted where I can't use it. It's all dead right now, and that's because I didn't go over my daily scraping limit of like 250 or whatever it is. Okay, so I can go ahead and proceed. No issues whatsoever. Now you can see right here it says if I want to start campaign, now I'm in a position to be able to hit this green button and start this campaign. So now I think I will. Yeah, boom. Okay, you see up here in the top right, it says campaign successfully, created. So we're already off to the races. We've already started scraping Zillow. Okay, that's how easy that really is. I'm going to slide on down here and I'm going to go to Craigslist. Over here on the left-hand menu, the gray bar. Okay, I'm going to go to Craigslist scraping. You see that? All right, and I'm going to do the same kind of thing here. I'm just going to make up a campaign name. This is the name of my scrape. Okay. I'm going to go, what source, in other words, what category of Craigslist do I want to scrape? Guys, you could get real crazy with this if you wanted to. This thing is just like unlimited. Like you could use it for all kinds of things. I picked Missouri, Kansas City, because that's my local market. Now, see, I could also upload some zip codes here. Or cities. Yep. I could upload cities, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep it simple today. Okay, I'm going to change the schedule here and make it what I want. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. And then I'm going to go on down here and see filters. I'll check these filters out. Look, what kind of house am I wanting to do? Well, I'm definitely wanting to put it in apartments, housing for rent. That's what I'm wanting to scrape for. Because Zillow, I was scraping for sale by owners, and here on Craigslist, I just decided to scrape for landlords. Okay. So let's do houses. Well, I just want to do homes. I don't want to do apartments and stuff. Okay. And you can go over here and hit more. I want to point out something to you on more as well. You can see here it says posted today. Okay. Posted today. You could definitely just do a scrape on what went up today. Isn't that pretty cool? So you can manage your schedule and your business marketing with this a lot. Okay, you don't have to be a victim to the machine. In other words, you can set up to scrape what you want, how you want, when you want. Okay, now I click check data count on what I did. Now look at that, 1,609 listings it pulled up, right? And that's going to cost me about $50, right? $50 to talk to 1,600 different listings at one time through a text machine. Now, some of you are probably gasping, going, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. Dude, I tell everybody, you need to have a goal of talking to 1,500 people if you want to be successful at this And look at that. That's a really a great example, because that's about what you need to shoot for in a month. So you could technically do a 1 month for $50 on Craigslist. Yeah. Now, actually, it'll cost you a little more than that, because you're going to end up paying for your text blast too. But this is like a penny a text, so we're not talking like a whole lot of money. So again, for less than $100 in a month, you can run your whole marketing machine, and you could do all that. Now, I didn't tell it to go ahead and do that, because that was going to be $50, and I'm just running a test here. So I'm not trying to spend $50 on something that me and my team aren't really going to work. Okay, although we might if it looks good, if it comes back good. And it probably will. You can see I've hit view on it. It'll be scheduled until it's done scraping. Takes about 24 hours, but I went back and you can see I pulled up an older campaign, and that's really what it looks like when it's done scraping. Now you could click the green button, all right, and you could go over here and on the left and click SMS campaign, either way, and you could start doing a text blast on your completed campaigns. Okay, so when your scraping campaign is complete, you can begin doing that. Somebody threw me the wow face. I'm not sure what I said. Probably that I wasn't going to work all these. Yeah, probably that. But anyway, yeah, we're going to run it, man. We're going to run it. We're going to run it. Raphael said run it. We are. So, yeah, so I'm just filling in the blanks here, guys. You're following along with me. You can see the voicemail box needs some maintenance, it says, so we've got to check that up here in a few days. But I'm going to slide on down here and pick a time that I want to do the text blast, and you can see that is totally flexible, up to you. You can do what you want, when you want. Real simple, real easy. Now, everybody always wants to know what's my message for these wholesale lease options. Yeah, that's what everybody wants to know. Well, here's what it is, guys, and it changes a little bit here and there, but it's all the same gist. Real simple, okay? Now, I should charge everybody $1,000 just for this one thing, because no, I'm just kidding, guys. This is like the dumbest thing in the world to ever pay for. If you ever paid for it, don't pay for this. This is free. All right. So anyway, look, hi, I'm Justin. I'm an investor. I saw your property online. On the internet. Could you consider, right, a long lease with a strong tenant, then sell for your asking price, 24 to 36 months? You see how it populated it down there, what it's going to look like when they get it, just below where I'm typing? Yep. Yes, no, or maybe. That's what I do. I do the yes, no, or maybe. Why? Because people are like Pavlov's dogs, man. You tell them yes, no, or maybe, and a lot of them will just give you the answer yes, no, or maybe. So if they say no, guess what? I ain't calling them back. I don't care. It ain't worth it. I'm not trying to argue with nobody. Right? Ain't trying to argue with nobody. Now, if I'm getting maybes and yeses, then I definitely want to speak with these folks. Okay, you can see now it says up here at the top right, I hit start, it said campaign was successfully started, scheduled. So I can go check that over there as well, of course, and look at that, and we are going to go look at that, because Raphael wants us to run it. So we're definitely running it. We just started it. Let me go back, and since it's scheduled, let me go back and pull one that is a later one that we've done, and it's going to pull this up, and we're going to look at what the scraping, I'm sorry, what the SMS blast return looks like. Yeah, that's a great idea, Raphael. You could say, if I signed a 2-year lease, would you consider selling to me at that time? Yeah, that's a great way to phrase it, dude. Super. Matter of fact, stole it. I just stole it from you. It was incredible. You didn't even see it happening, but I just took it. So, yeah. Thanks for the hookup on that, man. Excellent, excellent, excellent notion. If I signed a 2-year lease, would you consider selling to me at that time? That's really good, man. Really good. Really good. Yep. Yep. Everybody write that down. Write that down. And if you're telling anybody about it, give Raphael credit for it at least once. Okay. This is me giving Raphael credit for that once. Now, from here on out, I made that stuff up. Okay. All right. So anyway, we are looking at the SMS campaign history details. I pulled up a SMS blast that we had sent out, and what happens is they return texts to the text that I sent out, and those texts that they send back to me are populated on a spreadsheet. You can see some of them haven't returned a text to me, at least not yet. So you'll want to give it some time for people to respond, but you can see here's some popping up right here. This one, yeah, that didn't look like a winner. It says, thank you so much. Sorry, not interested, blah, 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 on down. Okay. Yep. I wouldn't consider anything under 1 year. You know what, man? I would definitely call that guy back. Right? I would definitely make a conversation with that cat. He didn't say no. He didn't say maybe, but he said he would consider something if it was over a year. So I'm just scrolling down. Here's a flat out no. Okay. That happens, guys. All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Is that another no? Okay. Yeah. Well, it happens. You know, you're not going to, hey man, if everybody said yes, wouldn't everybody be doing this? It'd be like running a slot machine. You know, that like you always had cherries. So, you know, that's just the way it goes. So yeah, you're going to look here and look at all these wonderful cold calls that you're not going to have to make. That's really the point you probably should be catching here that I didn't say, is look at all these cold calls you're not going to have to make. Right? Look at all these no's that you're not going to have rape your ear hole. Right? All right, here's a yes. I found a yes. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. It doesn't get any more simple than that. Would you consider leasing to a strong tenant for 24, 36 months, then selling at your asking price? Or I could say it like Raphael. If I signed a 2-year lease, would you consider selling to me at that time? Yes, I would. Okay, I'm definitely calling this guy back. Now, I could start a conversation here with this button, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to text. Okay? I'm going to text him. So, let's do that. Let's do that right now. Let's do that right now. I'm going to text him. And here's what I'm going to say, because I'm going to move it off of the machine and I'm going to move it over here to my office phone. Okay? I'm going to say, hi, this is Justin. We were just chatting about renting your property for 24 months. And I switched phones from my office phone to my personal phone to continue the conversation. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to shoot that out there to him or her, whoever it is. All right. Does that make sense? So that way I'm not paying for extra texts. Hello. I'm not paying for extra text. See, because you get charged for every text that goes out and every text that comes in. So I'm moving it over to, okay, I got a text back from this guy already. Yeah. All right. We're moving and shaking. Let me see. Let me text him back. Would this? See, he already said yes. I mean, why would this be surprising? It shouldn't be. He already said yes on the text. Would you be able to speak right now? We'll just see what he says, guys. We'll see what he says. Definitely. Isn't it nerve-wracking? Isn't it exciting? It's exciting. We just want to see what's up with this. Okay. I'm going to see if I can put him on speakerphone and everybody can hear it. We'll just see what happens. Oh, I got to get my paperwork pulled up. I got to get my property paperwork pulled up. Okay, I got my, yep, I got it. I got it right here. I got my lead property information sheet, the one with the black stars on it. Okay. I'm going to call this guy. Are you guys nervous or what? Are you guys nervous? I'm the one doing it. Guys, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. You know, I was telling you earlier today or yesterday on the Facebook group that I definitely still get butterflies. I sat at a kitchen table yesterday late afternoon and closed a deal. And, man, I've been doing this, guys, since I was about probably 20 years old. Now, 23, 25 years old. Yeah, and then I'm 42 now, and I still get butterflies, man. I still get nervous. Why? Because it's exciting. I don't know. I get almost like I get a little shaky too. You know, it's okay. I think you're supposed to. I really think you're supposed to. So, you know, don't feel too bad about it. So I think the important part to take out of this is to just man up, just lady up, call up, be yourself, follow the script. You can't make them be more motivated than they are. You need to just let it be what it is. So I don't know what this phone call is going to be. It might be good. It might be bad. I really don't know. But let's give it a whirl. Okay, let's do it.
Morning, this is Mike.
Hello, Mike. This is Justin. I've been texting you back and forth a little bit about your property. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm driving right now, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, no problem, man. I didn't really want to talk about anything too deep. I just wanted to chat with you for a couple minutes and find out a little bit more about the property and maybe a little bit about your situation. And at any rate, if this is a good time to chat, you know, I would love to just ask you a few questions. Can you tell me a little bit about the place?
I got 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, no problem, man.
I got a few properties. What are you talking about?
Well, we had initially asked you the question about would you consider a strong tenant for 24 to 36 months and then selling outright for.
So it's one of my rentals.
Yeah, one of your rentals that was on Zillow or Craigslist. I don't remember exactly which one.
I've been on Zillow.
Zillow, yeah.
That property is a starter home, probably 1,300 square feet. I got it's all vinyl. I bought it right, did a little fix up on it, and then I've been renting it for the last few years. It'd make a great unit for somebody.
Yeah.
I could probably sell it right now for around probably 145.
I see.
I only owe probably less than 75 on it.
I see. Okay. So is this something that you would consider renting out for the period of time and then selling at that point?
Obviously, I'm looking for a tenant now, but
Right.
Tell me about what your offer is.
Okay, yeah. Basically, what we do is we work with folks that have a hard time qualifying for home loans. Now, that comes in a variety of different situations and scenarios, but these are good people that have jobs, they have income, they have stability.
What's the difference between that and my renter?
Really, probably nothing, except we really do put these folks through a bit of a pre-screening process. I'm not sure what kind of pre-screening process you use, probably something similar. We also do a pre-screening process on these tenants, and we make sure that they're not just looking to rent, but that they actually want to buy. So it gives them an opportunity to rent a place for a couple, 2-3 years, and then qualify for that home loan. During that period of time, they're working on their credit. They're getting some questions answered. They're working on getting a credit card paid down or some medical bills or what have you. But they are on the road to home loan qualification. They just need a little bit of time to rent right off of the bat. So that's really what we do. We work with those
You're
folks.
working with people who want to buy a home.
Yes, we are working with folks that want to buy a home, and in order to do that, they need to be able to rent that home that they're buying for a little while. It helps them with the home loan qualification process. Does that make sense?
What if they tear my place up? I mean, I don't know you or what
Yeah. Well,
who you're bringing in. Do I get to meet these people? How's it work?
yeah, that's a great question, Mike. And the answer to that is they're good people. They want to be homeowners, so they are not really of the mindset to destroy a property. However, it's the same scenario as if you were renting the property out to one of your tenants now. It's the same process, same scenario. Nothing's different about that. It's a bad deal if it were to happen. The likelihood of it happening is not very strong. So with
That's
our,
probably less likely with you than it is with one of my own tenants.
I would say definitely, because these folks, again, want to be homeowners. They are willing to take on a lot of the homeowner type maintenance as well during their renting period. So that kind of alleviates some of that from you. We want them to kind of step into acting like homeowners right away. And a part of that is fixing the commode and, changing the filters in the dishwasher or whatever it is,
What's your name?
My name's Justin. Yeah, my name's Justin. It's Justin Chamness. So I would love to Mike, I've got quite a bit of information here just from chatting with you, and I know you said you had to run. What I'd like to do is just do a little bit of looking into the property address. Can you give that to me one more time? What's the address, man? Just give me the street and the house number.
136.
Okay.
Maple Court.
Okay, 136 Maple Court. Gotcha. I know exactly right where you're talking about. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of look into it as well, a little bit further. But would you be up for chatting again about this and going from there?
Yeah, Justin. What's it going to cost me? What are you charging me here?
Not going to cost you anything at all.
Cost me to do business with you,
Mike. It won't cost you a thing because we make our profits, we make our money from the buyers. Okay, so they are paying us for this service to help them connect with a homeowner that will help them become homeowners, and so that they are paying us. It won't cost you any money whatsoever. I think that's good news, don't you?
I see. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, just give me a call.
Okay, Mike.
I'll be happy to talk about it.
All right, we'll be back with you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
All
See
right.
ya.
All right, bye-bye. All right. Yeah. Guys, that actually sounded pretty good. That cat there, he seemed, he wasn't fighting me on nothing, was he? He wasn't fighting me. Now, I'm going to go check out rental meter. I'm going to go check out that property address. I'm going to make sure it's close to bread and butter. I'm going to make sure that's something I can do. Then I'm going to get that packet, that seller leave behind. I'm going to get that in front of him. I'm going to make sure that he sees that. And I'm also going to make sure that I answer any questions he has, any objections he has. I'm going to get that little lease option agreement memo signed. Could it fall away and die? Yeah, it could, guys. That's why you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You want to find you a half a dozen of those cats to be talking to every week. That's it. It's going to cost you, nothing, Ryan Webb says. What's up, R-Dub? Woo! R-Dub. Man, that's cool. That's a cool name. I wish I had a cool name like that. All right, guys. Are there any questions? Next week, we are talking about finding a tenant buyer. How do we find a tenant buyer? How do we go about getting it done? And you know what? You guys can get it done. You can do it. It's real easy. If you guys are finding the bread and butter stuff and you're talking to your sellers like that and they're getting to know you a little bit, yeah, that's crazy cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's right, man. You're one of my killers. One of my wholesale lease option warriors. One of my wholesale lease option warriors. I love that. I've got bank-owned wholesaling killers and wholesale lease option warriors. Yeah. Yeah, that guy wasn't upside down, Kelly said. Yeah, see, he threw my game off a little bit there for a second when he said what he thought the property was worth, and he was like, I only owe like $70,000 on it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this is not like a slam dunk. That's really what I was thinking right away. And then I got to thinking that well, it might work out anyway. Let me just keep talking to him. And you never know, guys. That's how it works. I got another question in the chat. It says, why not tell the guy that the tenant takes full responsibility for damages? Well, in reality, that is true. That guy will be able to hold the tenant responsible for the damages, but also he and I both already know that tenant, if he tears up that house, he ain't going to be able to collect a darn thing out of that guy. Okay? He's not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it. Yeah, see, it would have maybe the margins and the percentages and the dollar figures and stuff, Ryan, it really would have worked out for a wholesale ugly house deal, except it wasn't an ugly house. See, that's the thing. It was a nice house. It's a nice house. Somebody can live there. He said it's been a part of an investment package of houses that he has. So, this guy's been around a bit. You got to think about that too. And I'll tell you what, you can do these deals all the time with landlords. Those are other investors. Landlords are investors too. And they don't mind this strategy. Now, some of them have caught on and are doing strategy for themselves. And I've never found joint venturing on wholesale lease options to be very, very good for me. So I'm looking for the investors, the landlords, the tired landlords, right? Yeah, the tired landlords, the guys that are like, hey, I'm done, I'm ready to get out. Those guys are great to work with too. Sometimes you can even pick up ugly houses from them. Do I take over the mortgage? That's a question in the chat. No, don't take over the mortgage. It's a lease, okay? I might offer to make the payment, if it's the same as the mortgage payment exactly, I might offer to make that payment for the homeowner in the portal, or have the buyer do that, my tenant buyer. See, this is the wholesale lease options, guys. I'm not taking over anything. I'm getting the heck out of here. I'm getting the heck out of here. Right? I don't want to be in the middle. I'm getting out. I'm a wholesale lease option guy. So I'm wholesaling. I'm assigning this off to my tenant buyer. And I'm letting the seller know right away in that agreement, seller agreement memo that I showed you. Yeah. I'm letting him know right there that's exactly what I'm up to. So you can see everything's real transparent and clear here, guys. There's nothing hidden, nothing shady here. Make sure that you understand. We've given you access to all of the video training for both wholesaling real estate and wholesaling lease options. That it comes with the contracts, with the marketing tools, everything that you need to begin or take your business to the next level. As well, you will have access to the weekly Q&A live Facebook and YouTube broadcast. You can ask your questions and get feedback from not only me, but also from the rest of the community and the other members. We tried to really make this a comprehensive offer for you. We know that you're going to succeed, and the access to a mentor and a coach just at the touch of a button. We are back here with screen share, and I don't think I really want to be. I think I want to be on a different angle. I'm done screen sharing. I'm tired. I'm all screen shared out. And now we're up here to close-up talk with no music. Hey guys, I love you. Here's another question. So you make money on the down payment and cash flow if possible. Okay, if this were a sandwich lease and I was staying as meat in the middle, I would make cash flow if possible, right? But I'm not making cash flow because I'm not staying in the middle. I'm assigning this deal to my tenant buyer. That's why we're calling it wholesale lease options. So therefore, Billy, I'm only making money on the option fee deposit. Okay, you got to watch calling it a down payment, because it may not be considered a down payment when they go to get a loan. You don't know what that loan officer is going to call a down payment and what he's not. And in fact, you don't even know what loan officer they're going to. So you can't really call it a down payment. You want to call it an option deposit. What I like to call it is, hey, this is your pay-to-play fee. This is your pay-to-play fee, guys. You guys can pay the fee to get in this house and play around in it like it's yours until you can make it yours. That's it. Right? I think that's just more hip. That's just straight up more hip. You know? So that's how I like to keep it. All right, guys. I really appreciate all of you. Is there anything more that I can offer you today that I haven't already done? If there is, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to have to go watch some Netflix today, guys. I am feeling a serious hardcore veg session coming on, man. Like I'm talking like I'm going all out crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going to get Burger King, probably. Just keep it real. I'm going to get that Whopper. I've closed deals this week, guys, and I'm tired now. I'm going to go lay down. I love y'all. Stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be here with Getting Buyers. Don't forget, Monday, Session 3, Bank-Owned Wholesaling. Next week, Thursday, we're doing Pretty House Subject 2, Session 3. Guys, we are tearing it up in the month of June. Woo! Hit like and subscribe. Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, I'm Justin Chamness, and welcome to the Real Estate Wholesalers Club. This is 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale lease option deal, this is session numero 4, number 4. We're here with you right now, live chat, live comments. We're going to show you today how to find a tenant buyer and get a check. How do I do it, Justin? How do I get a check? I just need a check. If there's one thing I need in my life like oxygen, it's a check. How do I get one? Please. Justin, tell me how I find a tenant buyer with some money. Oh, I'm about to. Oh, we about to.
With real estate, this is gonna change your life.
Yeah. Saturday morning, wholesale and lease options. What other great topic could you possibly jump on Saturday morning besides wholesale lease options? I mean, it is the funnest. It's the coolest, yo. All the cool kids are doing it. All the cool kids are doing it, guys. Some of you like, I had a guy yesterday. He called me up. It might have been the day before. I don't remember. He said, hey, I just want you to know, I've been watching your videos and I'm learning. I'm ready to take some next steps. And you know, hey, get out of town, Kelly Johnson. Get out of here with that Captain Crunch shit, man. Hey, it's crunch berries or no Captain at all. That's what my philosophy is. Hey, I love them crunch berries, man. But I'll be honest with you, the older I get, the more that I can have a lot of respect and appreciation for those little crunches in the Captain Crunch. Is it Cap'n Crunch? Cap'n Crunch. I had a guy yesterday. He said, I'm ready to take the next steps, man. He said, I want to do some wholesaling. He said, but I saw you. I've been, I know you. He's from my market area. He said, I've seen you for 2 or 3 years now. And he said, you've always done wholesaling, ugly houses, but now you're doing something like, what are you doing? Lease options or something? What is this? What? I said, yeah, well, we always really have, man. You just didn't know. You didn't know, baby. All right. Kelly Johnson, thanks for being on here, man. Joe, thanks for being on here, guys. We are talking about wholesale and lease options today and nothing else. That's what we're doing. We want to answer all your questions. Remember, the chat is open. Put it down in the comments, guys. If somebody was brave enough, they want to call in, just put it in the chat down there that, hey, I want to call in, and I might do that. I might do that. If it's my mom, I might not. My mom jumps on here every now and then, and it'd be a good call, but unfortunately, probably none of us would learn anything about real estate because we would talk about gardening and tomatoes and what's for dinner tonight, and you know, the stuff you talk about with mom, Cap and Crunch, that kind of stuff. Yep. So that's what we're doing today. We're talking about wholesale and lease options today. We're jumping right into the topic today of finding tenant buyers. How do you find a tenant buyer that has money? Right? Yeah, you can find a tenant. Hey, you can find any old Jake leg out there that wants to move into a house, but you got to find one with some of that money. Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. So that's what we're talking about today. We're wrapping up the 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale lease option deal. Hey, Aaron, good to see you on there. Kelly, yep, reading the back of that box, man. Gosh, that was my favorite thing to do as a kid. Sit there and eat cereal. Of course, cartoons and all that. We didn't have internet when I was a kid, so we just read the back the cereal box. Somebody had to go adjust the aluminum foil rabbit ears or something on the TV. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today, wholesale and lease options. We're talking about finding a tenant buyer. So let's get right into that, and let's talk about finding a tenant buyer. Does that sound good? Anybody got any questions? We'll go ahead and open this up like this. Just because I can, I guess. Just because it's kind of fun that way. So that's what we're doing right now. We're doing that. We are opening up the chat line for you. Yes, we are opening up the chat line. If you've got some questions, if you've got some concerns, if you've got worries and fears, we are here to crush those worries. We're here to crush those fears. You can do this. Stop lying to yourself. You can. Quit making it hard. Quit making it complicated. It's about the most simple stuff there is. Absolutely. All right, guys, if you haven't been over to realestatewholesalersclub.com, of course, we're live right now, and I'm just going to give you a very, 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 very short tour, but this is realestatewholesalersclub.com. This is where all the free training's at. I'm going to show you where you find the agreements to get a tenant buyer and lock them in, get that money. I'm going to show you right now. But when you go to realestatewholesalersclub.com, please don't forget, you guys, I'm not forcing anybody to do anything, not even put an email address in to get the free training. It's optional, but you might as well put your info in there. Why? Because I've got great stuff for you. You'd be crazy not to. Watch this video, slide on down to the menu. You see, you can check out the basic wholesaler training. I think most people skip right to the advanced. Wah, wah, wah. That's a big mess up. Don't do that. Go check out the basic stuff, get caught up, and then move on. Get in the flow with us. Get in the rhythm with us. You got to feel the beat. Yep, you go down there to the advanced stuff later. But right now, the basic stuff, that's wholesaling lease options. That's Ugly House. That's the Facebook free mentoring group, which most of you are on right now. And if you're not, you ought to be. Go check us out there. And then also YouTube, you can check us out there. If you hit the advanced courses, though, this is the advanced courses. Business management, how to outsource your business. Holy cow! Getting started mobile wholesaling, guys. This is joint venture co-wholesaling. And of course, this is the one we're working on right now. 4 weeks to your first virtual wholesale lease option deal. Of course, it's free! Everybody type in free in the chat. Everybody type in free. Hey, put it in the chat if there's something you like more than free. Tell me what it is. All right, now when you click the button to learn more, you go to the course. It interrupts you just briefly here. You can watch a video that tells you a little bit more about one-on-one coaching. Guys, you get a lot of information from the step-by-step training, but, you know, there are some things that are very, very helpful to have a coach to help you put them together step-by-step. So, you know, if you're interested in that, it's very affordable. But if you're not, click that button under there and go right here to the free course without any more interruptions. Now, here's the 4 weeks your first virtual wholesale lease option deal, guys. All right, now you can see it's got the module videos. Here's the first video. It was getting started. You can go back and watch that, figuring out what lease options, wholesaling lease options is, and how it works. And then the second was getting seller leads using a video where I show you how to create seller leads. Okay, we've been having a lot of great feedback from people using this. Of course, under that video, you click the button, and it's going to take you. It's going to open up a folder in Drive that has all of the paperwork that you need for each of these steps. Okay, that's all you got to do. Click the button, get the stuff. I like it that way. Here's that seller leave behind, the special report. This is what answers a lot of questions for the seller or for the homeowner, the landlord, whoever it may be. You know, it is your paraphernalia, your propaganda, so to speak. Today, we're not doing this. This is last week's. This is talking to leads to find deals. Okay, we did talk about that, how to get leads to find deals. And so, yeah, you can click that underneath there, and you can pull up the paperwork necessary to complete that module. It's just that easy, guys. So, yeah, check it out. Get the paperwork. Get whatever you need. Today, we are creating this video right here, how to find tenant buyers with down payments. And you can see you click that button, and it will open up the paperwork for you right there. And so what you'll find today is you're going to find the information here pertinent, the paperwork pertinent to do what we're talking about, finding and locating and locking in a tenant buyer with a down payment or option fee. The pay-to-play fee, guys. The pay-to-play fee. Yep. So anyway, check us out over there at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Yeah, we got lots of great stuff. If you go back there, guys, just real quick, you can click this button that says Advanced Wholesalers Tools, and what it will do is it will take you to the wholesaler tools that we recommend, and today I'm going to show you one, just briefly. Also, don't forget to sign up again, but yeah, you can click that one-on-one mentoring with Justin if you want to know more about that. And of course, you know, there are 3 different available packages for you, and we try to make them affordable. You can see we're as cheap as $25 a month, guys, and we're also as expensive as $97 a month, depending on how much interaction and how much assistance you crave, how much you want it, right? But you can schedule your first consultation, see if it's a good fit for free. That's really probably the best bang for your buck around town, right there. All right, so yeah, that's the Real Estate Wholesalers Club one-on-one mentoring coaching plan. You know, you can see here monthly or weekly, $25 a month or $97 a month. Cancel anytime. Yep, we're not going to lock you in like the cell phone companies do. Damn them! They got you by the... Yeah, they got you by it. Yeah, that's what they got you by. They got you by that. Yeah. So here's the packages. You can see there's a monthly coaching package. It's called our Elite Coaching Level. It's $25 a month. And weekly coaching calls. Okay. There's a Premier package for weekly coaching interactions, and then there is a Flip Addicts coaching package, which is a weekly coaching consultations and coaching calls, but then also deal closing assistance and so on and so forth. So we really get way more interactive with that one and help you just really try to hold your hand and walk you through that. You know, that's really what we're trying to do here, guys. We're going to get you to your first freaking deal. If I don't do it, who's going to? I'm on a mission from God. Yep, I might be. I probably am on a mission from God, to be honest with you. Yep. So now you guys know how to find the paperwork. You know how to get to where you need to go to get the paperwork, to do the deal. What are you waiting on? You can find the paperwork right there, guys. You can get to the money. I haven't brought out the shut up money in a while. Do I need to bring out the shut up money? Do I need to bring out the shut up money, guys? Saturday morning shut up money. Ooh. That's that money where you tell yourself and you tell anybody else that's poo-pooing your dreams. You tell them, hey, listen, You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. I already got my shut up money. I already got it. I know it works. Are you crazy? I got my shut up money. I got it. All right, guys. So we're about to show you how to find a tenant buyer with cash to pay, to play. All right. Real simple techniques. There's 2 techniques I want to show you today. There's a third one that I really, really, really want to. I did show you the buddy, brother. There is something here that I want to mention that I won't show you how to do because I feel like probably most of us could figure it out on our own. But Craigslist, listing your new found wholesale lease option property deal in the for rent section or the for sale by owner section of Craigslist is a tremendous way to drive traffic. Tremendous way to drive traffic. I've got lots and 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 lots, guys. Lots of people will call you, they will message you, they will email you off of the Craigslist ads. That's how you find a tenant buyer. It's one simple way. I'm going to show you 2 other ways. And one of those other ways is coming up right now. All right, I'm back here at realestatewholesalerclub.com. You guys are probably already really tired of seeing this shit, but I don't really care because this is how it's done. So let's go to realestatewholesalerclub.com. We're going to go down to the advanced wholesaler tools, and you click that button, and you slide down. You can see there's PropStream. We talked about PropStream the other day. There's the automated REI. Boom! Everybody's having success with that right now. Holy cow. Get her done. Yep, that's exactly right. Now, Deal Machine, you see Deal Machine? We're going to talk more about that in the autumn. I said fall the other day, but I like the word autumn better. How about you? If you like the word fall or autumn, put it in the chat. All right, Get Response. We're going to talk a little bit about that right now. Click that. Get Response is the backbone of my business. It is completely what runs everything, guys. When you click that button, it'll take you to Get Response. Yes, I'm an affiliate there. Yes. I think I make like $3 or something. I mean, so it's going to change my life if I can talk your ass into going over there and spending some money. So, yeah, and it costs millions of dollars every month. So, I'm making some serious ass bank. No, I recommend this because I use it. And it works for me. I logged in here just to show you kind of what it looks like. This is Get Response. And what does this have to do with finding tenant buyers? Well, I'm about to show you. You got to give me time. Just slow down. Everybody's in such a hurry. Oh, we'll get there. We're getting there with focused directions, man. We're not wasting time. I'm showing you without making your brain sweat. You ever feel like your brain sweats? Yeah, mine sweats. Well, anyway, check this out. Menu. Look at that. Email marketing. Bang. This is why I have this. Email marketing. Because I need an email marketer. Email blaster. Autoresponders. Gosh, I need that too. That's automatic emails that go out to my buyers list and other lists. Automation. Webinars. A simple CRM. Guys, if you're looking for a CRM, there it is. Okay, auto funnels. Landing pages, holy cow. If you want web pages, you got it right there. You can make them. It's unlimited, man. It's not like you get 1 or 2 and it's got somebody else's logo on it or something. This is like real. This is a real deal. Look at this, Facebook ads. You would never think you'd find Facebook ads here on Get Response, but hold on. I'm going to click that button. Facebook is a great way to find tenant buyers. You can create a paid ad here. Okay, you can create a paid ad, $5 a day, and you can find a buyer for just about dang near any house that's worth living in. So yeah, anyway, just follow the instructions. Look how easy this is. I'm going to put my name there, the name of my ad campaign. This is the name for your Facebook ad campaign. That's what I wrote there. That's the name of mine. I hope you like it. This is the name. Okay, then I'm just going to follow along here. This is how you build a Facebook ad. It's Get Response. That's a great way to do it. So you should consider that. I think if you're interested in growing your business, it's a super good tool that incorporates a lot of marketing. A lot of marketing opportunities here. Okay, Facebook. I'm gonna go over to Facebook to show you another way. No, Terrence, to answer your question, I am going to send in an invoice to the title company with his signature, the JV partner signature, my signature, and all the information that they need to pay me. And it will be for each deal. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, if you're over here on Facebook, you can see I'm on my Facebook right now. And all you got to do is check into the Create button. And you can see Marketplace listing down here. You can create a lot of different things, but you can create a Marketplace listing. And if you guys have never been to Facebook Marketplace, you're nuts. Look at that. There's a house right there. Somebody's selling a house. Look, if you click the Sell Something button over on the left, this is what pops up. Sell an item, sell a car, sell a house or a piece of property. Yeah. Yeah, so here you go. Now, when you click Sell a Piece of Property, it pops up like this. And guess what, guys? Fill in the blanks, eh? That's all we got to do is fill in the blanks, man. Well, what if you don't know the answers? Well, they're real simple questions, guys. This is not a test, and I think you would pass if it was. Put some pictures up in there. Just go around here. Look, don't sweat it. Hey, don't let your eyeballs cross. Just take a breath. Look at this. Okay, just fill in the blanks. I'm just making up some stuff. Just as an example. This is the market. Guys, I have sold more deals on Marketplace for free than I can shake a stick at. Okay? That's the facts. Yeah, fill in the blanks. How hard? How hard is that? Now, I'm going to give you a little tip here. I'm going to give you some pointers here. Now, use some wording like this. Okay, it asks you what the rental price is. I put that in there, you see. I say lease in the description right away. I say lease with option to purchase. Reasonable down payment required. All right. So now that everybody sees this, they know. They already know. Okay. So there's no hiding that they're going to have some money. All right. So, and that's really what you're wanting to go for. You're not looking for a tenant. You're looking for a tenant with a handful of cash. So put some wording in there like that. Okay. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Okay. It doesn't matter. They can own that house in 24, 36 months. All right. I'm going to finish filling in the blanks. It's real simple here. I'm going to make up an address and, oh, look, something in Ferguson, Missouri popped up. How funny. I have no idea. Evidently, there's a test street in Ferguson, Missouri. Missouri? Yeah, it ain't New York City. See, I threw a picture up there. Guys, 50 photos. Might as well put as many photos up there as you can. Well, where do we get photos if it's a virtual? Well, you ask the seller. Hey, take some pictures and send them to me. All right. Okay, 1,000 square feet. I made that up. I'm making up all this. But look how detailed you can get. Just right here, it's real simple. It's like no-brainer. Cat-friendly, dog-friendly, whatever. Post. Okay? Post this. Sorry, my ex-wife is coming to pick up the kid. I'm just like you guys. I told you. All right. Now you can see here's the post I just made. Now look at this button. Post to more places. Look, click this thing. Now every group that I have joined, it will pull up here and it'll ask me if I want to share it to that group. Automatically, all of them at the same damn time. Right? At the same damn time. At the same damn time. Okay, get it. Get some. All right, here's the list. Here's the listing. All right, you can take a look at it. This is what it looks like when somebody else sees it. Look how pretty that is.
Look how nice of a job Facebook did for you. They did great for you. They built a nice listing here for you. All you had to do was fill in the old blanks. There's always a blank that needs filled in somewhere, ain't there? Right here, there's a bunch of them. Fill them in. Get crack-a-lacking on that. And I'll tell you what, people will be messaging your butt, and they will be asking you about that, and they'll be saying, how much down? And your first question is well, have you driven by the house? Have you seen the house? Are you interested in it? Yep. There is a pay-to-play fee if you want to be a rent-to-owner, and that's what this is. How much money are you working with as far as down payment goes? That's what I would be asking them. Yes, sirree, Bob. So they'll be hitting you up off this ad. And you know how much that costs? You saw me put my credit card number in there, didn't you? Nope. Free. Guys, I'm like the tightest ass guy around. I don't like spending money on stuff except fun things and what I want. And I find all kinds of free ways to do shit, man. I'll just be real with you. I don't like spending money. Now, you could come over here to the create button instead of going to get response, and you could click add. The first time we clicked marketplace listing. This time we're clicking add, and you can see it will pull up a Facebook ads dashboard. And man, my dog is just all over me right now. Go lay down. What in the world do you want? For crying out loud. I feed you. All you do is lick yourself and eat my food. Get out of here. No, I love my dog. My dog's amazing. All right, guys, that's how you do it. You just follow the instructions there with the Facebook ads. But the 2 free places that you need to be posting these property deals that you get: Craigslist. It's free. Number 2, you need to be doing it on the Facebook Marketplace. It's free. It's absolutely free. There is nothing in it whatsoever that will cost you money. Now, Get Response does cost a little money. It's worth it. Very, 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 very much worth it. Also, paid ads on Facebook are very, very, very worth it. If you try the 2 free... Okay, let me just break it down for you so you completely... Here's what I do. I get a lease option wholesale deal under contract with a homeowner, landlord, seller, what have you. Then, with the pictures and the information, I'll build a Craigslist ad for free. That usually does the trick. I will at the same time build a free ad on Facebook Marketplace. That also usually does the trick. Free. If after a day or 2 I'm not getting very many responses, I will move to Get Response or direct to Facebook ad dashboard, and I will build a paid ad for $5 a day. That's it, $5. $5 a day. Now, you're not going to have to run it for 30 days. You're not going to have to run it for 6 years. If you can run, hey Janet, good to see you here. Hey Jim, good to see you. If you run a Facebook paid ad, it's $5 a day minimum. Okay, that's what they charge you minimum, $5 a day. That's what you have to be willing to invest. Okay, you can set it up very specifically. I will set up a paid ad. Sometimes I'll just go back and boost the marketplace listing that I made. Yep. What's boost mean? It means I'm making it a paid ad. I'm paying a little money to have them boost that thing out there. And I'll set the audience to be, get this guys, this is a big one. Listen to this. When I do a paid ad on Facebook with a rental property like this, a wholesale lease option, what I do is I target the zip code the property is in. Anybody over age of 18 up to 65, they
will have an ad on their Facebook wall in their news feeds that is this property deal. And they will have been exposed to everything that I am trying to sell off right now with this property deal. Paid ads, they also work. So I try the free stuff first. I give it a day or two. If nothing big is moving for me, then I'll move to a paid ad, and I'll do that for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. I'll spend 20, 25 bucks tops. I can't tell you how many property deals I have sold for less than $20 or $25 on a Facebook paid ad, with the audience niche being the same zip code, the people in the same zip code as the property itself.
See, I'm actually a real estate investor, and I'm assuming that you want to be a real estate investor also, or perhaps you want to take your real estate investment business to the next level. You want to work with properties like this one right here behind me and make lots of money. Well, folks, it's actually possible. There are a lot of people out there teaching real estate investing, but they're not actually practitioners. What I'm saying is they're not actually real estate investors. But the things that I am teaching are things that I've developed over the last 20 years of actually investing in real estate, actually out there wholesaling, doing lease options, doing fix and flips, and other things as well. We have spent a lot of time developing techniques and strategies that have been time tested in the field, and what we're sharing with you is not theory. It works. So you see, what I'm offering you is a shortcut, a way to bypass all of the unnecessary struggles, unnecessary failures, the wondering if you're doing things correct or not, and get yourself right on the right path and not waste any more of your precious time.
Yes, we don't want to waste any more of that precious time now, do we? I think that's something special about my generation, Generation X. I think we're the first generation in a while that's been like, hey, work? What? All right, I get that I have to, but where's this freedom shit everybody keeps talking about? That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I want. I don't like going and telling a boss, oh, hey, boss, Mr. Boss Man, hey, I'd like to go see my family, my relatives. They live a long way off, and I'd like to go see them. I try to go see them one time in every year of 365.25 days. Can I please, Mr. Boss Man? Can I please go see my family? Oh, gosh. Makes my stomach feel sick. I get it. I'm just like you. I feel the same ways about all kinds of stuff. I have the same kind of battles and struggles that many of you have. Like I said earlier, I've got child support payments and mortgages and cars and, you know, creditors and business bills and, man, shit. You think I figured it all out? I ain't figured it all out. I'm just trying to tell you how to wholesale real estate. That's it. I love you because I see myself in you. Yeah. And I know you watch me maybe because you see a little bit of you in me. There's something there that kind of connects us together a little bit and makes it worth spending a few minutes watching. Makes it worth spending a few minutes communicating to you, telling you, hey, listen, man, I'm not special. This shit's so simple, man. The gurus and people, they make it so complicated sounding, and honestly, man, I do too, really. That's why it's not complicated, but there's a lot of little details on how to do this and that, and where do I go for this, and where do I go for that. And you can watch videos until the cows come home and still not have all the answers. You can have a coach. I'd be your coach. I'll help you. I had a guy ask me last night. He was talking about doing the coaching. He said, hey, are you still serious about that? Would you really do that? Justin, would you get on three-way calls with me as a coach? Would you get on three-way calls with me and buyers and sellers until I can get confident enough to do it myself? Are you kidding me, man?
I'd love to. All right, one more thing we're going to talk about finding tenant buyers. Let's go! Yes, yep. Let's go. We're going to do it right now. I'm going to show you this. This right here, guys, is in the modules. It's in the blue button under the videos in the modules I showed you earlier. Yep, this is in there now. Yep, so all you got to do is go there and look. Here's my disclaimer. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not even really a college grad, to be honest with you. So, you know, take my advice for what it is. It's a country boy's advice. That's exactly what it is. So, but I can tell you, my experience is that I've used these documents and they've worked for me. And here's what it is. A lease option agreement memo, which you've already seen in previous modules. A tenant buyer application, which you have not seen. A lease agreement with residency, that's, you know what that is. It's a lease agreement. It's a rental agreement. Okay. Somebody's asking me a question. Do I look for tenant buyers or sellers? Yeah, you're going to look for sellers first and then tenant buyers next. Okay, so here's a lease agreement. The next one is option to purchase agreement. I might not have understood your question right, guy. I don't know who it was. It was real small on my screen for some crazy reason. All right, here's the option to purchase agreement. Because remember, this is a lease option. So you got to have a lease and you got to have an option. So number 3 is the lease and number 4 is the option. Okay, and then you're going to assign that lease and that option. Okay, well, you're actually going to assign the option. The lease is going to get straight up set up between the seller and the tenant buyer, but you're going to assign your option with the seller over to that new buyer, that new tenant buyer. Okay. Now here's the best part about this little packet I put together for you of documents. Now it can be complicated because look, there's 5 different documents here in this closing packet. All right, but look what I've done here. The first one, tenant application. I've put them in order for you, and then I marked underneath the title on each document who is supposed to be involved in this document. Okay, this is just the tenant buyer. That's it. So the tenant application is only filled out by the tenant buyer. Isn't that nice? Okay. Here's the lease option agreement memo that you've already probably had filled out by now. If you've already been through the first 3 sessions, you probably have one of these filled out and you're looking to find a tenant buyer to assign this memo over to. Okay. Now, the next one, first right of purchase. This is the option. And you can see it says right there, property owner and the tenant buyer. Okay. They will fill this out. Now, you can see it's all fill in the blank stuff. Nothing too complicated. And you can raise rents every year. You can blah, blah, or you can not. It's all up to you. It's pretty flexible. Okay. This is just a basic option agreement, really. Now, the next one is a statement of understanding, and the tenant buyer needs to fill this out. All right, and basically it's just saying that they understand they're leasing the property from the tenant, from the owner, and if they default on the lease payments, that subject to whatever interest law may determine to have at law, they will be evicted as residents. In other words, they understand, hey, listen, this is a pay to play. This is a pay to play and then a pay to stay. All right? And if you don't pay to play, you can't get in the front door. And if you don't pay to stay, you can't stay. And this is very clear. Very clear. So there's no way they're going to come back to you and say, hey, you didn't explain to me that blah, blah, and this and such and whatever. Okay, well, yeah, here it is in black and white, guys. You don't remember reading it? Okay. Nobody's going to complain anyway, but if they ever did, here you go. Property owner and tenant buyer need to fill out this residency agreement. This is a lease agreement, guys. Just a lease agreement. You know what a lease agreement looks like. Yep. You know what a lease agreement looks like because we've all had to fill out probably a dozen of them in our lives. And I'm just going to skim down this one. You can see the tenant buyer and the owner need to sign that. Okay, now here's an addendum to the lease option agreement memo. Property owner and blank, that's you, and tenant buyer. All 3 of you need to fill in this one.
Okay? And it's filling in the blanks. Now look at this. Assignor buyer, assignee buyer, and seller understand that these monies paid to assignor buyer also serve as assignee buyer's consideration in this contract and will apply to the purchase price as stated in the first right of purchase. So see how all these documents are linked together. It's a package. But basically what it's saying is, hey, you ain't getting your damn money back. This is a pay to play and then a pay to stay. And once you pay, you don't get your money back. Okay? And this is in writing right here. So everybody knows this is what's happening and this is why and this is how it works. Now you can see I highlighted it down here. Please make a bank check or money order payable to me. Yep. When they fill out this agreement, when I have the seller and the tenant buyer and myself fill out this packet, and usually it's through .loop or some DocuSign type situation, then I also collect money. Because this stuff right here, it ain't no good till I get a check. Right? And I'll be the last dude to sign it until I get a check. Yep. So take some time, guys. Go through the documents. I showed you where to find them. Familiarize yourself with them. Understand how they work. Understand how they support and assist and aid and are connected with one another, these documents. And then I've made it real easy because I've put on each document who these documents pertain to and who needs to be involved in filling it out or signing it. Okay? So that's basic paperwork there, guys. I know that there's no way that I'm going to go through this entire packet and answer every possible question you may have. That's just not going to happen. And again, like I said, I'm not an attorney. I have used these documents before. You know where to find them now. Go familiarize yourself with them. Go investigate. You got to investigate. You got to figure it out, y'all. It's not hard. I put it right there in front of you. You know, sometimes we just get lazy and we don't want to read things anymore. Can you believe that? We're so lazy nowadays that we don't even like to read things. Like, what do you mean? You gave me 5 agreements I have to read? Shit! I gotta have like 2 months or something to get this done. It's 5 pages. It's 5 pages. How am I gonna get through? It's real easy to get through, guys. Just take your time, print it out, put a stack of them on the back of the commode, and in the morning when you're doing your business, just take it through and, you know, give it an old looky-loo and rip you off a sheet. And I'm having too much fun today. It's crazy. We got any more questions out there, guys? We got any questions out there? Anybody out there just busting with questions? Man. Hey, like and subscribe us on YouTube. Hit that bell notification if you don't want to miss any videos. Cause that's what's up nowadays. You gotta hit that bell notification. You have to do it. You have to do it. Yeah. I know I'm just sitting here quiet, but I was just thinking for a minute, and I was just kind of feeling. I was visualizing how good things are. Now, nothing's perfect, but there's never been a more perfect opportunity, and there's never been a better time. Now, what I want to know is are you going to let procrastination and laziness? Somebody told me one time, they said, listen, the weight of discipline, doing something consistently. The weight of discipline is far lighter than the weight of regret. I think it was said like this, actually. The weight of regret is by far heavier than the weight of discipline. Guys, If I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it with the tools that exist nowadays. If there's anybody, if there's anything, if there's any situation keeping you back from this, then it's happening right here. Because it's super duper simple. In fact, it's so simple, damn near everybody already knows how to do it. They're just not doing it. You got to win this fight right here, guys. You got to win this battle right here. You got to get rid of them evil. You got to get rid of that evil damn image in your mind of you being a failure. Unless that's the person you want to be. Fight! Fight it! Be the master of something. Be the master of your own mind. As I've said before, in the great words of In Vogue, free your mind, and the rest will follow.
Well, that's been the Christmas marathon of wholesaling lease options. We talked about the benefits, and then we talked about the 4 weeks to getting your first virtual wholesale lease option deal. Now, that's from anywhere you are with Wi-Fi and internet, guys. Ooh, I had a bunch to eat while that was going on. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Merry Christmas to you. I hope you enjoyed what you could catch of this today. Hope it was a real blessing to you. We're thankful for you around here. Please like and subscribe. Guys, if you need one-on-one coaching, I'm here. That's what I do, and I'm more than happy to help you. So anyway, reach us over at realestateWholesalersClub.com, okay? And don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button, by the way. And don't forget, okay, we have free training for you over there and free agreements to get started, okay? You don't have to pay a bunch of money to get going here. That's not how this should be, right? So get going over there. Get your free stuff. Check us out. We like you. So let's hang out together a little bit. Come join the club, the Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and we'll see you next week. All right? No Zoom room this Saturday, okay? Everybody just take a weekend off. Enjoy the holiday. And then the first weekend in January, we've got a special guest. So you don't want to miss that. Mr. Jason Amberson. He's a big-time wholesaler, realtor guy here in my neck of the woods in Kansas City. Okay, I love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas.
Hey, thanks for watching. But don't forget to post, introduce yourself, tag a friend, like us, leave a comment, subscribe, share this video. Just do something. Don't just sit there. There's all that money out there. You got to get going. Get in motion. This is motion real estate.